All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Ooh, let me turn on the sound here. Hello, everyone. So, I wanted to get back to this. It's funny because the other day I was talking about all the things that I want to stream, all the games and stuff like that, and I realized I'm like, you know what, Mike, all the things that I wanted to do, this was one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time. The problem is that I felt super defeated about it. Now, here's the weird part. So, you guys will see that it says part 6 on this. It's really strange because I just went through my YouTube and I have no idea what happened, but 2 of my streams are missing about this because I literally have part 1, part 2, and then part 5. I don't know what happened with 3 and 4. So I'm guessing this is part 6. I don't know. I mean, it's not really super important to keep track of all of it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna move this over actually a little bit. I need to look at this real quick. But yeah, so it's kind of weird that those parts disappeared, but nope, I wanted that on the other screen. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, that does look good. Okay, perfect. So it looks good. But yeah, so I mean, it's like, I sit there and I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, why are they gone? I don't know. But so I want to get back to this, and I kind of talked about this a little bit before. So the thing with this is that I don't know. I've tried every race now, right? Like we did Safari, we did Asura, we did all of them. The thing is with Norn and Asura, it was really bad because we ran out of XP to gain really quickly. Okay. And I want to make sure. Actually, I need to make sure. I want to make sure I didn't write anything. No new skills, no weapon. That's right. No waypointing. No trades. No first. Only allowed to use the one heal skill that we get. Have to be in level appropriate zones. No mounts. Gliding is okay. Environmental weapons. Yeah. So the thing is, like, I talked about, like, I wanted to look into the cooking thing and stuff like that. I wanted to look into see if I could like do cooking and then use that or whatever. The thing with that is that I would have to start a whole new account, right? Because the idea is that when I go cooking, I have all of my stuff is like everything that's in my bank is gonna be there. So I'm not gonna be doing that. I just kind of, I was like, man, I just, whatever, So anyways, we're still gonna try this. I'm gonna try this because we did have some success. So the last one that we did, I'm gonna kind of move the camera just a little bit. So the last one that we did was Char. Okay, if you guys remember Char, we tried it with the Char, and we ended up getting to the second map, but the second map, it came to like a really bad like halt, where all of a sudden we were not getting the levels and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go back to human. Human was honestly the best one. I'm gonna do female today. We're gonna go with warrior. We're gonna just go all the way to the end. Doesn't matter what she looks like. So, but yeah. So all of them kind of got to a point where we didn't have any more like ways to gain experience on most of the things except for the human. The human one seemed to have been the most what's the word, the most balanced, I guess, in the way that you acquire experience points or whatever. I guess you could say that. I'm gonna throw all those away. Throw it all away. Alright, so again, I gotta kind of get used to this because playing it this way, I'm gonna tell you guys, is like a whole different ball game. Okay, it's a whole different game playing it in this version. Like it is so, because you start paying attention to a lot more, like a lot of other things that you would usually not pay attention to. You know, it's like your health becomes way more important, and even just losing a little bit of health is it becomes more, it's really interesting because I've been playing, and I've been talking about this too, I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, and I've been trying to get back into like other Dark Souls games and stuff like that, Souls-likes and stuff, and the Dark Souls series itself as well. But it's very reminiscent of that, right? Because in in those games, health is like this commodity. It's like this luxury that you can have, right? Where it's like, you know, once you lose that health, it's gone, and it's really hard to, you know, keep that health, right? Like, and I feel like this is what this comes down to as well, you know, because I only have certain ways of gaining new health, and you know, in battle, at least in combat or whatever, you know, there's only set amount, and I only have that one heal skill, and that's all I have, and it becomes this like very important thing to make sure that I stay alive. You know, it's you know, because in Souls games you always have that, like, where, oh, you lose all of your souls, and you want to do that, right? Because then you might be completely losing them, right? And it's like, oh my god, you know, you can't really do that, because then you can't level up and blah blah blah, whatever, right? So but in this game, it's kind of like, well, you know, death is the end, so you don't want that, you know. And so you kind of get like a little bit of that same feeling where it's just like, oh my god, like, death is not, it's, you know, it's bad. You don't want to die, pretty much, I guess is the idea. All right, so let's go in. Let's try to see. Again, here we can do a lot of these hearts. You can really, I think you can really tell that ArenaNet had, when they created this, they really focused on the human areas, for the most part at least. They feel more fleshed out than most of the others, I want to say. Which is another reason why I kind of would love for ArenaNet to go back and look at the core game. You know, look at the core game. Look at the core level. Thank you for following. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you. But you know, I would love for ArenaNet to look at like the leveling experience and the core maps, you know, because there's so much value in those maps. There's so much, right? And it's especially when, you know, we're now at the brink of like, we're getting new people all the time, right? We're getting a lot of like WoW refugees and Final Fantasy refugees. Like, look at all these people. Like, that guy, obviously he's not he doesn't look brand new because he has a gemstone map, and he has a rock dog running around with him. Oh, and he has a mastery of 386. But you know, you look at this guy, or you look at some of the other people that were standing around over there earlier. You know, they're new people, right? And this is the first experience that they get. And there's so many, the sentiment by so many veterans is that, like, hey, you know, welcome to Guild Wars 2. Make sure you run through the base game and then go, because this is not really what the actual experience of Guild Wars is anymore, which it's not. You know, it's really not. The actual experience now is like expansions and beyond. You know what I mean? Expansions and Living World and Saga and, you know, that stuff. And it's really not this anymore, you know? Which, again, is kind of a shame. I don't... Oh, you know what? Let's go back, actually, while we're here buying bags. But yeah, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are doing well. It's a calm Friday night. I went shopping earlier, and it wasn't that bad of an experience. Surprise. Usually I always have crazy stories to tell. So I was thinking about the whole gaining experience thing as well. I want to see from kills. Experience from kills.
How can I help you?
Loaf of bread. I was thinking about, like, maybe something with hard vendors. Like, let me go to a hard vendor and let me buy some stuff. But I would have to kind of... I would have to come up with, like, a rule. And, like, I might add this at, like, a later point in this challenge or something. Like, if we try again later on or something. I think what I'm gonna try to do is that you can buy, like, you know, obviously not armor and weapons, because we're not using that. But maybe like food items, like that loaf of bread that we just saw, but maybe only a limited amount. Like you could say, like, you know, in many games you can only have like 10 of something, right? So we can only have 10 of those at any time. And if I want to buy more, like I said, there's no waypointing. I would have to run all the way back. So I would have to make, you know, if I'm running low on like loaves of bread and there's no other food that I can buy anywhere, is it worth it for me to run all the way back? Maybe sometimes it is, right? And like I could make that a rule. I might apply that now and just kind of do it as a trial. I guess the main part of this challenge right now that I'm trying to get to is find a rule set that feels comfortable, that can be done over and over again. And you know, and make sure that there is a way to get to level 80 with that rule set comfortably. Not comfortably in the sense that it's not hard, but comfortably that it's not, you don't sit here and like, okay, where can I go because I don't have anywhere else to go to get experience. You know what I mean? Like in that sense where you kind of have a clear path to get to level 80. Kind of what we're trying to get to. Still got to do my weeklies. I haven't done those. Okay. So I got some bags. I like to just have some baggage, some bags with me. So, I'm hoping that by Tuesday, I'm hoping Tuesday we're gonna get some kind of teaser for the last release. I'm very excited. Very excited. For the Janthia Wilds, the final release of Janthia Wilds. It's coming, you guys. It's coming. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure. Let's see. So let's do that. Let's just see what foods we can buy. So right here, I'm gonna buy 10 of these. I mean, I can probably buy like, how many can I possibly buy? 9,000. Great. I don't need 9,000. So we're gonna say like, let's do 10. They're only 15 minutes right here, but I'm getting 10% more experience from kills. So we're not killing a lot because there's not a lot of environmental weapons around. That was the other thing that we kind of found out, was that the few environmental weapons that we found, most of those human area. Most of those were in the human area. So I do like the idea of environmental weapons. I remember that ArenaNet kind of put a really put a little bit of emphasis on it. I don't know if it was like a main point of it, but I do remember that they kind of were very proud of having this, where they were just like, oh yeah, we have environmental weapons, even though no one needs to use it anymore. And obviously power creep has really taken over to the point where you don't need to use them in any shape or form at all, because even your basic attack on a weapon that's like level 1 is going to be stronger than most of the environmental weapons. But it's still an interesting aspect of the game, where you can use environmental weapons on enemies, you know. So I still want to do that. I hope it's a homestead in Maguma for the final release for the next expansion. A homestead in Maguma. I feel like ArenaNet really, like, if they're not gonna what's the word? There's a word that I can't think of. If they're not gonna like take the opportunity that homesteads present to them, that would be really silly, I think, right? Like, there are so many people that would be willing to spend money to get a homestead in a different location, right? And I really think that ArenaNet should look into that, right? They should look into, like, okay, I guess I gotta come back for this. There's not enough cages for me to do this. And there's no environmental weapons. Ah! Stay away. Stay away from me. Yeah, because I don't have an environmental weapon to do any of this. Seems really lacking. It's... You know, we talked about this recently, and it's unfortunate because it is unfortunate because it is kind of lacking. You know, it's not, it's, I don't know, even the newest map, I'm like, there's no replayability of it, because like once you play through it, there's no reason to come back. You know, having a small, like the newest map that they added has like a small RNG on like getting an infusion, and I'm like, yeah, you know, anyone that's a veteran that's played the game for longer than 10 minutes knows that the RNG in Guild Wars sucks. in Guild Wars 2 specifically, because it has like a 0.00001% chance of dropping, and it's like that doesn't incentivize me to go and play that content over and over and over again. And I will tell you guys, like, I have played the new map, I have played the Mistburn Barrens like plenty of times, even after I streamed them, after I streamed that map. And I mean, nothing. I have not gotten the infusion, and I don't think I ever will, because RNG just sucks, you know? So Heart of Thorns for the first time. Oh, Heart of Thorns is fun. I think, I don't know, there's a lot of really good content that, that you can play through. I mean, it's, I'm happy for you that you have all this content to play through, because there's some really good content that you have coming your way. Heart of Thorns was really good. Heart of Thorns has amazing replayability, has amazing zones. The story was a little bit like iffy at parts, but I still overall thought it was really good. So Heart of Thorns was great. I couldn't even tell you guys, like, I don't know if I had to decide like my favorite expansion. I couldn't even tell you guys, because like every expansion had like good things and bad things about them, you know what I mean? Like there were certain things, like I don't think ArenaNet really ever had an expansion that hit really good in all areas, you know. And there's always something that was lacking, but I feel like that's not necessarily like just ArenaNet. I think that's just the nature of the beast, you know. So but yeah, I hope you're having a good time with Heart of Thorns. Heart of Thorns is super fun. It's really good. Really good stuff. Okay, I still can't, okay, I can't finish that. That's okay. We're just gonna go over here. It's again that oversized farmhouse that we talked about, which is just like massive. Look, eye level. Eye level is the actual doorknob. The doorknob is eye level. So funny. It feels nice going through Queensdale again. I've been playing a lot, but I've been going through a lot of like different areas and stuff like that. I've been working on some videos as well. I released a short today again, and oh, by the way, thank you guys for watching those shorts. Those shorts have gotten like so many views, and now whenever I release a short, it like immediately gets like thousands of views, and I'm like, oh my god, wow, that's really cool. So I love that, and I thank you guys for that. I love making those shorts. I think they're really cool, and I have more planned. Do not fret. I know I've been very lax on releasing them and making them, but I do have plans to continue making those. So there will be more interesting facts coming. And yes, I'm right now concentrating on the core game, but I'm actually gonna I will be doing, I've been collecting facts about the expansions as well, just so you guys know. So there will be other things to talk about as we go into, like, you know, I will be talking about some other stuff later on. So, but Quid have been playing Guild Wars 1, so maybe want to return. Been having a great time so far. Awesome. So Guild Wars 1, that's cool. Did you go for the like 20th anniversary or whatever for Guild Wars 1? Is that what brought you to Guild Wars 1? It's always fun. I mean, I still stream Guild Wars 1. I just did it the other day. I play a lot of Guild Wars 1. I love it. We're currently playing through all of the, over the last like 2 years, I've been playing through all of the story content and stuff like that. So right now we're doing Eye of the North. But I finished the story of Eye of the North, but now we're doing all the dungeons. We're finishing our dungeon guide. We're going through all the dungeons. And I did the Frost Mob Burrows the other day. That was like the dungeon we did the other day. And what was the other one before that? We did two on Wednesday. Well, I don't remember what the other one was. It was another one in the Norn area, because we are now at the Norn in the Far Shiver Peaks Norn area where we're doing the dungeon. What was the first one that we did? I can't remember. Oh, it was the one with the Jotun, but I don't remember what it was called. For a couple of years. Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, Guild Wars 1 is super fun. It's a very different game, for sure. Can I have an event, please? I need to collect apples. I'll be back here. I'll be back for that. I can only finish this once the event is going. But yeah, Guild Wars 1 is super fun. I mean, it's a very different game, but it's so good. It has such a great atmosphere and music and environments and just, I don't know. I think some of the fashion is really, really cool. Okay. So this is where things start to get dangerous. Because we have some. Can you tell me if it's okay to do fractals with any build? I don't follow metas. I want to be kicked. It depends. If you're doing if you're going through fractals, like if you're doing like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, I'm pretty sure it's okay with any, as long as you can carry, as long as you know your build and as long as you're not completely useless, it would be okay. If you're going into tier 4, you might have issues, because that is where you will find like people doing them, like they're doing them for their dailies and stuff like that, and they're looking to do like completion, right? They want to do like really quick, they want to go through it really quickly or whatever. But if you're just learning the fractals and you're kind of looking for like, you know, you're just looking for some pugs going through tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, you should be fine to have any build. Like I said, as long as it's a somewhat competent build, you know, as long as it's not like you go in there and you're saying like, hey, I'm a DPS, and you're wearing all Magi blue gear, you know, which is just like awful, you should be fine. I think power creep is at a level now where there's a lot of parts in the game that let you just jump in and play and just whatever, you know. So I haven't done serious fractals in many years, because I played it at points, like way early on when it first came out. I played every day. I was doing fractals, so I haven't really done fractals in many years because I just got really tired of it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just got tired. Not that they're not bad. They were the thing. Oh my god, this guy's hit so hard. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Run. Not that it's bad content at all. I think fractals are some of the best content, because I just love the idea of going through dungeons with a group of people and having like little traps and challenges and puzzles and bosses and mechanics and whatever, you know. But I've just done so many of them that I just like, god, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I think you would get kicked in like tier 4 if you're doing T4, which is so fractals are level 1 to level 100, right? These are like the different, I don't know, I call them levels. I think they call them something else, but levels. And so every 25 is a new tier. So tier 1 is 1 to 25, tier 2 is 26 through 50, tier 3 is 51 through 75, and then tier 4 is 76 to 100. And I think the thing is, the highest tier is always done by the veterans that are just doing their dailies, right? They log in and they see it more of like, most of them see it as like a daily ritual or whatever. I call it work. It's a second job. I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do daily fractals. Like, I did it for a while because it was fun content, but eventually I got tired of it. Look at that. What's going on here? I feel like there's a story there. But yeah, if you're going into lower level fractals, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just go in. I would just try to have a good time with it. It's really not that, like, specifically like tier 1 and tier 2. Like I said, if you have like a halfway competent build and you know what you're doing, like, not necessarily like know all the mechanics and stuff, but like you understand the game, you know, you should be fine. All right, I'm gonna, ooh, good, I got some experience points there for dodging. Oh my god. Oh god. You guys want to shoot at me again? Oh god, I dodged early. Ah! I want to get points for dodging. Whoa, did you see that? Come on, shoot at me. Good, good. Shoot. Oh god, he took so long to aim. Why did it take him 2 seconds to aim? I'm so used to like the oh, healing skill. Level up. Nice. I'm so used to like Elden Ring, like, okay, it's gonna happen right now. I'm like, oh my god. I'm probably also not the best person to ask when it comes to anything endgame, because I don't play any endgame. I've done a limited amount of raids. I've done a limited amount of strikes. It's really not. I'm more about the other stuff around it. Okay, I did get some feed. Oh my god, that's not enough. Okay, gotta go back in, you guys. Gotta go back in. The interesting part about fractals is that it doesn't, I don't know. The thing is like that they're like really quick, you know what I mean? Well, then I mean, if you're just looking to do tier 4, then you really need like, you need a good build. You need like a meta build, and you need like, and you need to know the mechanics and stuff. Like, because it gets like kind of tough. For newer players, I feel like it's kind of tough. Veterans will probably say like, it's easy, don't worry about it. Which is, you know, for veterans it's fine, but for people that aren't like veterans to fractal specifically, like, you definitely need a competent build, and you will get kicked if you don't have a build that is a meta build. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. Some people might say that I'm exaggerating. From my experience, they look for meta builds in tier 4. And I have seen many people get kicked because they didn't have meta builds. So it kind of gets a little elitist when it gets to like tier 4, you know. That's why I wouldn't ever pug one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think pugging the early ones is fine. If you're going in and you're going into like the looking for group, and you really say like, hey, I'm playing tier 1, I'm playing through each level, and I'm leveling, because you have a personal fractal level, and that level increases. You know, if you play a fractal that's above your fractal level increases by 1, but you have to play one that's above your level, right? So if I'm fractal level 3 and I play fractal level 1, I don't get an increase. But if I'm level 3 and I play level 5, I go up to level 4. Okay? So you have a personal level. So for you to, in order to open those fractals, you have to have that fractal level achieved. Right? So that's why I think it's a good idea to just go through, because they don't take that long a time. And if you have, like I said, if you have halfway competent people, it might be worth really looking into just playing through the content. And just playing the 100 levels of fractals. It really does not take that long, especially if you have a good group. If you have groups of friends playing with you, even better. All right, I'm gonna get. I have all this feet. Did I not? Wait, I did finish this. I don't need this in my inventory. Oh, we have a bomb person. Suspicious farmer. We're gonna blow it up. Alright, I'm gonna go in the cave here. I don't know how safe that's gonna be. But yeah, I mean, I played fractals when they came out, and they were very different when they came out. You know, they were very, very different. We didn't have... I don't think we even had, like, a tier list of, like, different tiers. Did we? I don't remember. I don't think we did. I think they just had like different levels you could go, because in the beginning, just so you know, in the beginning, the way that it was that it was 3 levels. It was 3 levels and a boss. That's how fractals worked back in the day. So you would go in, if you did like fractal level 1, you would have like 1 fractal, another fractal, a third fractal, and then a boss. And it wasn't like a 10-minute run through. It was like you had to dedicate like an hour to going through it. Okay, because that's how long it would take you. Because you would have to go through one fractal, another fractal, another fractal, and then defeat a boss, and then you would be at the end. And then you would be finished. Then you would be going back to the fractal hub. It was very different. It was very, very different, and they have changed it a lot now. I like the system they have now for it, honestly. I do like the just going in and being able to pick which fractal you want to go into. I never really liked the idea, because the problem is that, like, you would have to do fractals, and then it was like, you know, you have 3 of them, and it's like, okay, you like 2 of them, but the third one is just like such a drag, and you really don't want to do it or whatever. And your friends don't want to do it, and your group doesn't want to do it, but you still got to do it because it's part of that grouping or whatever. Hey, it sucks. Hi, Emily. How are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Yeah, I don't. How's the challenge? Well, I just started. It's going pretty good. I'm trying to like try out new things with it, you know? So, I'm trying to still find like different ways of making it user friendly, and try to come up with like different rule sets that kind of streamline the process, right? Because the idea is that the process is, you know, it gets a little like, you know, you add too many stipulations, it takes too long for you to figure out, like, to get to the point, right? Like that's why we have so many deaths. Like the last one was a voluntary one. We didn't even die, but I couldn't get any more experience points. I was literally locked in with no experience points. So I'm like, you know, that really, we really can't have that. You know, we can't have that happen. So I'm trying to come up with different things. I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm having a good time with it. You know, it's a different way of playing Guild Wars, and think about the game as a video game, right? Like it's a different way of thinking of it, right? It's becoming a survival game. It's almost like a horror. Like if you made everything dark and dreary and like gothic looking, this would be like a horror game, right? Like you could have like a horror game like this. I don't know. Just saying. Okay, so we finished that hard. I'm gonna see before I get too far. But I have been thinking about, I've been putting a little bit of work towards making a new Discord server. And yes, I know, before everyone gets their pitchforks and torches out, you know, I had a Discord server. The problem, there were so many problems with that Discord server, and it was many of the, you know, there were so many problems that I got to the point where I had to, where I deleted the server. Okay, and the main problem was that originally I made the server for the guild. Okay, it was for the guild, and then I had started making content on YouTube, and it became this idea of like, oh, we can have both. We can split it in half. We can have like half of it be for the viewers and half of it be for the guild mates, and it became this mix. And when we had all these weird channels in there, and then we had all these different things set up in the channel, in the server, where there was different channels that were only like accessible by certain people based on what they were doing, and it was very like, that's why I deleted it, because it was like, it became such a mess. I'm glad you're enjoying the learning process. It is interesting. I don't know if I will get, like I said, I feel like I need to add more things to it where I say like, this is okay to use, or this is okay to be done, or whatever it is, you know? So, but we're still experimenting with this. I need to talk to some of these before I leave this area, because we're about to like head over here and then like kind of like not come back over here at all. So before we go, I want to talk to all of the hard vendors again. But yeah, so the Discord server was such a mess that my decision was just that at the time, I mean, even now I really don't, but at the time I didn't have the time to put into fixing it up and making it, I needed to make it much smaller. It was way too big. There was way too many channels. There was way too many things that I had that weren't active, where nothing was happening. Okay. And like I said, the original server had been made for the guild, right? So I had all these people in the server that didn't care to be there, like to you know, they hadn't, no one had been active in the guild for a long time, really, and it was just kind of like none of those people were really doing anything, like not active in the server and stuff like that, and many of them didn't even play Guild Wars 2 anymore and stuff, and it just became this like whole thing where I'm like, this, you know, I'm trying to utilize the server for my own use, for my own, like for my streaming and for my content creation, but a lot of these people that are in here are not even here for that. They were part of the guild. They were part of like people that just play the game with me and stuff. So that's why I deleted the server. Okay, there was so many things where I'm like, I needed to work on like getting the channels all in order and get all this stuff on there, and I'm like, I don't have time to do all this and figure all that out, you know. So I decided that I think now I'm at the point where what are you throwing? What did she just throw at us? She just threw, does she always do this? That is interesting. Did you guys just see that? So she threw something, I'm guessing an apple, and it gave me might for like a minute. That's her she's the source of the might. That's actually really cool. I wonder,
most people don't realize trees are male and female. If you don't have both, no fruit.
what triggers that? Do you just randomly throw this? Is it if I ask you about your husband? No? Like pies, yum pies. Yeah. No way. If you say yum pies, she throws a freaking apple at you and gives you one might. Watch this. Boom, right there. For a minute. That's really cool. I never knew this. I just found out a new thing. Right in the starting area. Never knew that. I'm sure I've experienced it. I'm sure I've had it before. Wow. Okay. She just has a spoon for sale. I don't want that. But yeah, anyways, so you guys, so now the idea is that I'm gonna be, and the other thing was that the server I had originally made with another person, and this other person I haven't spoken to now at this point like in years. Okay, and it wasn't just one person, it was two, and okay, I'm gonna buy 10 of these. Burning duration, I don't really need that actually. You know what, I'm not gonna buy any of those. So it was two other people. It was technically 3 of us that made the server, that were like the solid people in the guild that were doing all of this. This was right at the start when I started, when I had been streaming originally years and years ago, and it's just, you know, those people, like I said, I don't play with those people anymore. I don't really talk to those people anymore. Like, they're still on my friends list, they're still in the guild, but they don't play Guild Wars 2. Neither of them play Guild Wars 2 anymore. You know, they still play video games. They have other things, but you know, one person, his life kind of just, you know, changed, and he like did things, and he got married and all these things, and then the other person kind of jumped between other games, as far as I know. And so that was also another part of it, right? It's like I wasn't the sole owner of the server. Okay, and I was the sole owner of the server, but I felt like it wasn't solely mine, because it wasn't created by just me. So there was this kind of feeling where I felt like I was being an asshole, like a selfish asshole, for using that server that we had originally made for the guild for my own personal platform for my streaming. And it felt like there was like a weird, like, I felt like things didn't really mesh, and so I you know, I decided, I'm like, I'm gonna delete it. But now at this point, you know, to kind of get back to the friggin' original point of this, but now I kind of want to I want to look at that again. I want to make a server, and I want to make the server based off of not having a guild in the game. I don't care about that because I want to have it as in like, this is for my viewers. If my viewers want to hang out with me, if my, if the people that are in the chat want to hang out with me, or if it's people that are like watching my videos or whatever it is, right? Like if they want to hang out with me, if they have any suggestions, or if they want to whatever, that is what that server is for, right? Like if it, that's going to be a place for me to talk about things like specifically my streaming and my videos, and like I want to have a section for like suggestions, and I want to have like a section like my giveaways. So another big reason is I've been thinking about how to do the giveaways, because I've been talking about this, and I've been wanting to get into the idea of making giveaways. I've been putting some money aside personally where I could invest that money into like doing giveaways of different kinds, okay? But the thing is always like, okay, well, if I do them on YouTube, then the people on Twitch and Kick won't see them. And then if I do it on Bluesky, like no one follows me on Bluesky, so no one's gonna see that, right? And it's gonna be all, maybe if there's anyone in there, it's gonna be a bunch of randos and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I make this where I can have like a common platform where I can inform all of the people and I can do a giveaway? Because then at some point I was like, okay, well, I'll do a giveaway on YouTube, and then I'll do a giveaway on Bluesky of a different kind, and then, but I was like, but that's so lame, because it's just like, people won't know if I talk about this one giveaway, and they'll be like, well, you did this giveaway, right? And it's like, yeah, but it was like on a different platform. Well, I didn't know that, it's like, makes sense they didn't know that, because it's just kind of silly, to have it on different platforms. So I feel like as a reward, I don't know, it's not about rewarding people, but to give away people, I want to give to people that are dedicated, and that are dedicated enough to say, hey, I'm going to join your server, right? And like, then I can say, well, this person's dedicated, and and they're like a real fan because they're part of my server, right? Like the only reason you would go into that server is not because you joined the guild. It's not because you know someone else that you want to hang out with, because that was another thing. It was like the server had people in there that I don't know who they were, because they joined because someone else was just like, oh yeah, you want to hang out, and it was just kind of like, okay, that's not really part of this either. There was like people that would come in there and they didn't know anything about anything, right? They didn't know about me, they didn't know about the guild even and stuff, and it's just like, why are you here? Like, what's going on with this? So I can do the giveaways to loyal viewers of the channel and stuff, and have a platform where anyone, even if people just follow me on Bluesky, or if people are just watching from Twitch, right, they can just, they don't have to watch my YouTube videos, they can just come onto the server and they can partake in the giveaways. So I'm really thinking that I want to do that. So I started working on that a little bit today. I released a short today, so we've been doing a couple things today in that regard, and I did work a little bit on the video for the Titans, because I think we're gonna get a teaser on Tuesday. I really think so. I really think we're gonna get a teaser, and I want to be ready. Like, I want to be talking about the Titans. I want to talk about the end of Janthia Wilds. I really want to talk about like the future of Guild Wars 2. Like, there's some other videos that I want to do, but I can't technically do them because I feel like we have to work through Janthia Wilds first in order to get to that point where we're not, okay, we're now at the back end of Janthia Wilds, and we have the mysteries have been solved, and the questions have been answered or whatever, right? And it's like, now we can talk about what's coming next. You know what I mean? And I want to do that as well, because we do have 5 months of a break between releases, as far as we know, at least, right? We don't know what ArenaNet has planned in between. If they're going to be doing, they're probably still going to be doing like balance updates. We have we're gonna have 3 festivals that are going to be coming out, and the anniversary is going to be coming up, stuff like that. So I know it's nice, right, to get back. I do enjoy, what was I doing? I had something in my mind to run over here. I don't know why. Okay, we're running. Oh, I was gonna get the waypoint, I think. Not that it really matters, but it's a little bit of experience. Yeah, it's nice to get back into doing the shorts, really. I do enjoy them. I have another one that I have kind of written out already. I just need to record the audio. Maybe I already have the audio recorded. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check. I'm not sure. Okay, this is where the game gets dangerous, you guys. Just saying. Alright, we have an environmental weapon. Perfect. We got some credit there. Alright, that soldier is gonna do his... No, go away. So yeah, things are happening with the channel. I do want to do more with the channel. I do want to really... I don't know. Like I said, we're obviously going to be playing through a bunch of different games as well, but I do want to still... focus, not for the most part, but I do want to focus on Guild Wars in general still, you know, and I have many videos still that I want to do. I want to do the dual classing. I never did the part 5 of the, I have a list right here, the part 5 of the animal facts. That's another one I definitely want to do because that's been sitting around for a long time. The Mesmer dual class, there's a couple of expansion ideas that I want to do, which would be a great time to do when we're moving away from Janthia Wilds before we really know anything about the next expansion, right? Like that would be perfect time to kind of talk about that. So because I don't know how many details we're gonna get. I don't know if Arena is gonna keep this kind of quiet for a while. I'm not sure. Can you not do that? Can you just take this? Take this. Take this. Take the garden home. Take the whatever. Oh, I have an egg. I can eat this egg. Ow. I have a bomb. I'm gonna plant this bomb right here. Have an egg. I'm gonna eat it. Ow, stop it! You crazy?
You betwixt me.
Okay. We did get help, which is nice, but can't always count on that to happen. Alright, let's see if we can fight this guy. Oh my god. Oh, never mind. So many new people. Yeah, I know. Animal facts. The animal facts are really something that I can't believe it's become a series of the proportions that it's been. Like I'm doing part 5. Like it's weird, but there's some really cool stuff in part 5. Like there's some really cool stuff in part 5 where I'm like, man, you know, just I just need to get the drive to get there. I've been working a lot. Like work has been slowing down enough now where I don't work as much, and you guys are going to be seeing me stream a lot more as well. And then obviously I will hopefully have more time to invest into making videos. I just gotta get the drive, you know. There's something like, you know, it's all self-motivation for the most part. So I'm always like, I gotta like motivate myself, and it's sometimes really tough to motivate yourself to do it. So, all right. So for now, we're doing pretty good. I'm not super worried about everything. Yeah, it's good. There's some really like stuff where I'm sure like I don't even remember. I'm only thinking of like 2 specific facts right now that like barely anyone will know. Can I like, does this area not get like unfogged or something? I was hoping I would get it unfogged by running over here, but I guess not. I guess not. Let's see if we get it if we go over here. There's a griffin here? That's random. There's no griffins in Queensdale ever. But there's a griffin here. I think this is the only griffin in Queensdale. Is it? Might be. Look, guys, speaking of shorts, Will Collins with a bunch of wood planks. But yeah, because I want to talk about, I think, well, when we're talking about like the next expansion and stuff, and everyone has been, you know, they've been talking about, obviously in the story, they've been giving us like different backgrounds and areas that we could be going to, which obviously, you know, I think most people kind of know that, right? Like they're just like, okay, well, you know, they're talking about the pale tree, there could be something with that, right? They've been talking about what's going on in the mountains west of like Ilona, right? Like they've been talking about like the canyons and the things out there, whatever. They've been talking about like, obviously there's a continent to the or I'm sorry, east of Ilona. I don't know, I get my west and east all the time. I don't know why. To the east of Ilona, you have these mountains and these canyons and these whatever, right? Like the Harpy homelands, where they've been like going to, I guess they've been talking about that. Then you have the continent to the west that the two Mersat fled to. Then you have, what is some other stuff they've been talking about? They've been talking about like Char and like that kind of like the Connor and all that stuff going on, you know. So there's a lot of different subject things that we can. There's a couple of videos that I want to kind of do and talk about and whatever. But I think there's some stuff that I don't necessarily just want to talk about concepts for those expansions, which are their own videos, but I want to talk about as a whole, like the details surrounding that. Because I think when we talk about something like going east of Ilona towards the mountains and the canyons and the things out there where the harpies come from, right? There's some stuff that people don't necessarily know, and some details that some people might not remember, maybe. Like, it's not that they don't know, but they haven't thought about it a long time, and they're like, I think it's going to be kind of eye-opening, because when we talk about those canyons and those mountains and stuff that are on the east side of Ilona, like, you know, to the east of Ilona, there's actually, like, in Guild Wars 1 specifically, there's a lot of info on like what actually goes, you know, obviously this is during the times of Guild Wars 1, but if you think about it, many monks and, you know, those types of people that live out there, like 250 years might not necessarily change their way of life. Because if they disconnect themselves enough from society and they disconnect themselves enough from technology and, like, you know, the you know, inventions of modern day or whatever, they're gonna be kind of living the same life they did 250 years ago. So the information that we have from 250 years ago might actually be applicable to those same people, because their lives might have not changed, right? Like, they're now many generations later, but they still might be living out there, might live in the same fashion, right? They might still, like, because we know about like monasteries to the gods that were out there, right? Like, there's one, if you guys remember, in the Nightfall playthrough that we did, we actually went to Ilona, and there was where was it? It was when we came to Vabi, or on our way to Vabi. No, it was in Vabi, wasn't it? There's a little outpost, like somewhere in Vabi or something. So Vabi would be like over here. And I remember, you know, and we're talking about like this region over here, Desolana, right? Like, we're talking about this, right? But I remember there's like an outpost, like somewhere, like actually to the south, I want to say. It's like down here or something like that. Somewhere in this region, somewhere. But there's an outpost where there's this golden statue of Dwayna, right? But the actual history of that outpost talks about that there used to be monks that lived out there. Like, they don't live there anymore, but this used to be like this monastery where these monks lived out there and whatever, right? And it would be interesting, like, to think about, like, maybe there's other places like it, and like I said, they might still live that same lifestyle that they did, right? and we can get this like idea of these people that have they're very traditional, and they've stayed in their same ways for a long time. And we might get like a little bit of like a taste of, you know, this is Guild Wars 1, like the holograms and the you know, the walkie-talkies and stuff, the stuff that we're using, you know, the roller beetle, the gliding, the whatever, right? Like all that technology hasn't really settled there, right? Like it's like an area that's probably mostly hostile, with like evil creatures hanging out, harpies mostly, and just, you know, secluded little monasteries that are up in the mountains, in those, maybe in those canyons or something. You know, it'd be really cool to like talk about that and show you guys some of those things. There's also I've talked about this before as well, and like I said, I will make a video on this at some point, but when we go to Vabi, right, in Guild Wars 1 specifically, we meet the 3 princes, and they, each of them, they have their own like little palaces and stuff. I want to say like the one is like right in the middle of Vabi, and then there is the I don't know the one that's in the middle. I think there's one that's like in the middle or towards the south or something. But then you have the one that's on the borderline, where they're fighting against, they're actually there is some it's like a bastion, and it's like they're actually fighting against like the invasion forces. And that was actually like back in the day, that bastion was actually like a defense against any invasion forces of like harpies or something. When they came down from the mountains, they would kill them. That was like their thing, right? Like that was like the defensive thing. But that's not even the most interesting one. The most interesting one is the library. There was a big library of Metu the Wise, who was one of the princes, and it was like up here. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if the building still stands. I don't know if you can actually go to the area. I think it's just north of anything that's available to find. I think it might be like right over here or something like that. I'm not sure. But there was in Guild Wars 1, just so you guys know, in Guild Wars 1, there was a point where they wanted to add a PvP map. And then they finalized the PvP map, but never added it. But it still exists on the Guild Wars 1 maps, to the point where people have been like, people that didn't know that that was a PvP map, they were like, what is this all the way out here? There's like buildings out there, right? There's like things out there. And we actually looked at the map of that, I believe, during the Guild Wars 1 map videos, the map streams that I did. If you guys remember those, there was like 3 of those that I did, where we looked at all the different maps of Guild Wars 1, and we kind of did like a flyover of all the maps and stuff. We actually looked, I'm pretty sure we looked at that map, and we could see like this is like a PvP map. It's a very small PvP map, but I think there's some kind of like some random lore about like this was like part of the like of Metu the Wise's lands or something like that, you know. And this is like stuff that even Guild Wars 1 veterans might not know, because it's such an obscure fact, you know. It's just so random, and it's so like, you know, out there, like no one really talks about that, you know. So it's not something where it's like, oh, I know something you don't, but it's more like, you know, I've just absorbed so much like superfluous like knowledge about Guild Wars that I just happen to know that. But it's something that I kind of want to talk about it, you know. I kind of, what is my sound? Oh, my sound's so it's something that I want to talk about, right? Like it's something that I want to make a video on. It's something that I want to why did that jump? It jumped by 12. That was crazy. It's something that I want to talk about. I want to make a video and talk to you guys about specifically that region in particular, and kind of really bring to light some of these areas that we could see, we could go to, and we could learn about these people, you know, these other people. Because when we think about, for example, this monastery that I talked about, where those monks were, right, and they were like, oh, they're no longer, right? Like, I don't know, and you know, I could be wrong here, but it could be that like they weren't wiped out. Maybe they were like, maybe I need to go back. I need to finish this first of all. I never finished that, and I need to talk to this person, so I need to go back. I'm working on this hard, and I realized I've been just running around. But I forgot what I was even saying. Oh, those monks. And that, you know, maybe they weren't eradicated. Maybe they just moved to a different place because of, like, you know, they knew that nightfall was happening. You know, maybe they had like a stronger connection to the gods, and an avatar of the gods had appeared before them and told them that nightfall was coming, and they decided to you know, move further into the mountains, further away from any you know, they were too close to like Babi and the land of the princes, and they thought that maybe they would get caught in the crossfire, right? And they were like, maybe we gotta flee out there, or whatever other reason. Maybe they were driven out by something else, but they're, you know, the point being that maybe they're still alive out there, those same monks, and like I said, and they could still be living that very same life they have been living. And that would be really cool to see that, you know, to see a civilization of people that is maybe very primitive, and they don't care about technology, and they don't care about not even magic. Maybe they care more about magic, like do the opposite of what the Kodan are, right? Where the Kodan, they live off of the land, but they don't care about magic. But maybe have these people become so, you know, they're like monks, and they live off of the land, but by the magic of the land, right? And they care about magic so much, but they're just, they do it as in, like, you know, they don't want to become like powerful spellcasters, but they just want to be like druids, right? They want to like live among the land and like kind of like be one with the land or whatever, you know. And you get like a little bit of a contrast to like the Kodan, who are just all about, like, you know, they're just like, no, we're not using magic, and we're doing everything by hand, we're doing everything, you know, this way or whatever, you know. I don't know, just some ideas, you know, random stuff that I'm talking about. Okay, I gotta find more. I don't really want to fight any of these, specifically wasps. As far as I remember, wasps do a lot of damage, and I don't really find that very appealing, to be honest. And the weapons that I have are not good, because I only have these wooden planks, and they don't really do that much damage. It's nice to have it because I can like launch a foe, so I can have it as an escape method. But other than that, I don't know. And obviously the idea of like dual classing and stuff like that, you know, people still want to see that. I think I need to get to the point where I do make more than one a year, because it's been like since last June or something, or August, since I did the last one, and we're approaching that really quickly. It's going to take me like 3 months to work on this one again, so I'm like, gotta find some kind of like, you know, need to do that more often than one a year, because otherwise it's going to take me like another like what, 6-7 years to get this done, and I don't want to take that long to get that series done. So maybe aim for 2 a year, you know, 3 a year. I don't know, 3 seems a little ambitious, but yeah, I do want to put more time into making that video about this. Let's go back, and let's see if I can't buy, oh god, I was running into that. Let's see if I can't buy what are they called, like forging, logging, like those things, right? Like I kind of I need that a little bit. Oh, and I'm so excited for Night Rain. Like every day, I've been watching YouTube videos. Like IGN has something like almost every day now that they're releasing, and I've just kind of been watching like all these videos about like Night Rain, and I know I'm probably gonna get really frustrated with Night Rain, because I feel like it's gonna be much harder than Elden Ring, but I'm just very excited because I do love the combat in Elden Ring. And yeah, I just think I'm gonna be excited to play it, and it's experience it. So. Burpee. Burpee, burpee. All right, let's go back to, because there's a merchant there, right? Yeah, so there's a merchant there. I'm gonna go back there, see what the hard vendor has to offer, if there's any interesting food or something. I think the most important part is gonna be finding some kind of food that gives me the most benefits.
What they don't steal, they bite.
What other game? What are games that everyone has been playing? Right? Like I'm interested to know what are some games that everyone has been playing. I've been thinking about like lifting my monitor a little bit. I feel like it's a little too low, but my legs are super long, so I have to have my chair up a little.
There's still weapons hidden down in that armor. We could sure use them.
We could sure use them. Leather bag. Great. She does not have any crafting thing. Just gonna open this and then sell these. Hard vendor. That's what it was. I was like, what do I need to do? Maybe there's some
May Balthazar
let's see what they
strengthen
have
thee.
here. Emblem and armor. Great. Don't need any of that. Okay, I'm gonna go to, is this, these aren't regular merchants. Is there a regular merchant around somewhere? So the reason why I haven't gotten any forging stuff is because there isn't anyone that sells it. Because these guys sell like, I don't think they sell like, don't sell that, do they? I'm gonna go find out. I'm gonna go find out. I don't know why I'm tired either. Like I slept really well. I had so we had like a really crazy thing happen at work yesterday. So recently, I guess I'm gonna just tell the story from my perspective because I don't know exactly all the details of things or whatever. So the other day we had this busser that worked at our place, and he was kind of a little bit on the crazy side, okay? Like in the sense that he would like, I don't know, like he would be really annoying and he'd be like saying weird things all the time, and like sometimes they were like inappropriate or, you know, whatever. Like he was really weird, okay? Like he was really just like this strange guy, to the point where like, I don't know, one of the other bartenders, hey, how are you? Welcome in. How are you doing? Ancient Order of Dragon. How's stream going? It's going very well. It's going very well. I don't know. It's been going good. We're just chilling, you know? Okay, so there's no actual regular merchant person. Is there? Oh, that's a regular merchant person. I'm gonna go there. I must go. I must go. I must hop away. So anyways, so at work, weird busser. So he gets fired for, as far as I understand it, I was told, and this might not be true, I was told that he was fired for sexual harassment. He was harassing people, I think specifically women. I don't know if he was like doing it with men, whatever, I don't know. But he was like sexually harassing them. So he gets fired, and so then yesterday he shows up and he sits at the bar as a regular customer. And I'm already thinking, like, okay, that's kind of weird, whatever. So I go in the back, I talk to the dishwasher. Oh my god, that's not a regular merchant either. Okay, I guess I won't see a regular merchant until I get to the town over here. Yeah, until I get over here. Because I think these are like regular merchants with like stuff. And so I talked to the dishwasher, and the dishwasher asks me, he says, oh, and okay, so mind you, this busser guy, he's 27, okay? The dishwasher that is talking to me, he's 18, okay? So he looks at me, he goes, is so-and-so out there, asking about the busser that was just fired. And I said, yeah, he's out, sitting out at the bar. And he says to me, what the fuck? Why is he here? He doesn't work here anymore. Why is he showing up? And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, well, me and him got into a fight. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, this morning he came to my house and he like forced himself into my house, and then he pinned me down in my living room, and like, I guess they got like physical, they started fighting or whatever. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, why? And he's like, well, he wanted to talk to me, but I didn't want to talk to him. And I'm like, well, how did he get into your house? Like, and he's like, well, because I have a it's a numeric lock, right? Like with numbers or whatever, like a keypad thing. And he knew the code. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I knew they had been like kind of friends or something. Like they were hanging out at some point. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, but he forced himself inside the house. And he weirdly invested. I'm glad you invested, because the story gets really crazy. Not really crazy, but anyways. So they get into this fight, right? And apparently the dishwasher, who is 18, goes to the police, and they are like, okay, well, you can do this and this and this. He ends up not doing any of the things, like restraining order or whatever, because he would have to go through this whole process and blah blah blah. And he's like, I have to go to work. I don't really have time to do all of this right now, yada yada. So he doesn't really do anything, but he's still scared, because apparently this dishwasher guy has been following him. And no, the buster guy has been following the dishwasher, right? Like the older guy has been following the younger guy, and like to his house, calling him nonstop. He showed me the list of like the phone call list, like I'm talking like 100 phone calls in like a couple of days. I mean, like insane stuff. Leaving voicemails. He let me listen to some of the voicemails, like where he's just talking like random stuff, like, oh, you need to talk to me and blah blah blah, like random crap, you know. And I'm just like, oh my god. So he's at the bar, and I didn't know any of this happened, and I'm like, oh my god, he's here. And so the dishwasher is like, it's because I'm here. He's waiting for me to get done with work. And I'm like, it's 4 in the afternoon. Like, you're not gonna get done with work until like 11. He's gonna be hanging out here. And he's like, yeah, he's going to. Like, he's waiting for me to get done so he can like follow me, stalk me, do whatever. And I'm like, that's freaking scary. And he's like, yeah. So he talks to management, and management kind of says, they say, if he misbehaves at the bar, kick him out. If he mentions anything about this physical altercation, him getting fired, any of these things, kick him out. So us bartenders were like, okay, fine, whatever. You know, I mean, I don't care. Whatever, I'll kick a guy out. I don't give a shit. So, he doesn't misbehave. He has like plenty of, like, he has a lot of drinks or whatever. But he doesn't misbehave. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't mention the altercation. He doesn't mention being fired. Like, nothing. He's just hanging out, talking to guests, whatever. Just having normal conversations, whatever. Okay, so he leaves finally. And at the end of the night, you know, we're kind of like, so we go up to the dishwasher and we're just like, hey, you know, we're like here for you. Like if you need anything, like let us know. You know, I kind of felt really bad because I'm just like, that's not a good situation to be in. You know, and he's like, I'm really scared. He's like, I'm scared because he knows where I live and I think he's gonna be waiting for me to get out of work and stuff. So I told him, I said, okay, well listen, we're going out for a drink at the bar that's literally right next door to here. I said, because he wasn't done with work yet. So I said, we're gonna be at the bar. I said, if you guys get done while we're still at the bar, like you can just come over. If you're scared, just come over, and like I'll even follow you in my car, like to your house or whatever, like to make you feel safe. I said, my suggestion to you is if he ends up following you to your house or anything like that, I said, don't drive to your house, drive to the police station. Because if he's gonna follow you, he's gonna have to follow you to the freaking police station. And if he turns around and gets scared because you're driving straight to the freaking police, because you've already made a police report, they already know this is going on. So if you deliver the guy straight to them, they're gonna be doing something at that point, you know? So he's gonna turn around, he's gonna get scared, and he's gonna at least leave you alone for that night, you know? So anyways, so we come out and we see a car that looks like the guy's car, okay, is out there in the parking lot with the headlights on, pointed right at the back of the restaurant. And I'm like, and it's like far back in the parking lot, not like directly in front where we could see him or whatever. And I'm like, oh my god. So we go back in. We're like, listen, there's a car out there. If that car is still out there, like come and get us, okay? Like we're gonna be, as my coworker and I, and we were going out for a drink after work, just kind of chatting about life, you know, whatever. And we're like, come and get us, you know. So by the end of that story, it was just kind of, you know, by the end of the night, anyways, we got the drink, and we as we were walking to our cars, they had just gotten done with their job, so they came out, and the guy had left. I don't know, we don't know if it was his car. I know what his car looks like, and I think it was his car, but he had left. And then I was like, okay, well, here's my phone number. I said, if anything happens, you give me a phone call, because I want to know what is going on. Like, I don't, like, I will even drive out to your house in the middle of the night if you need anything. Like, I don't care. You know, I don't tolerate people behaving like this. Like, I don't think it's okay, you know? But yeah, anyways, so there's not really an end to the story. This is like ongoing. But anyways, that night nothing happened because he texted me and he was like, he didn't follow me, nothing happened. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. He's like, you guys made me feel safer and stuff. So I will update you guys if there's anything anything else that happens, because you guys know I always have the craziest stories to tell. So yeah, I know it's very it's scary out there, man. It's scary. People are crazy, and yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't trust people enough. I mean, it's I don't know. I'm the type of person, right? Like, I'm the type of person, I want to get along with everyone. Okay, I want to get along with everyone. We don't need to be friends. We don't need to be BFFs. We don't need to be hanging out at each other's family's house or spend Thanksgiving together. But as long as we get along, as long as we can have a platonic like relationship where we're just where we just, you know, we're cordial with each other, whatever, professional, whatever it needs to be, but like on good terms, you know, I'm okay with that. So it just kind of hurts my soul when I see stuff like that happen, because the thing is that dishwasher kid, from what I can tell, I don't know him very well. Like I said, we get along, you know, whatever. I don't know anything about him. But he's a really nice guy. Like, he's really nice. And I'm like, that's kind of sad when you have like a nice person that like bad stuff happens to them for no reason, just because maybe they were being nice to the wrong person. And that person is now kind of like crazy and like, you know, doing weird stuff or whatever, you know? It's like, you never know. I mean, you never know what, like, you know, because the guy could just like pull a gun on him and be like, and take him like hostage or something, like kidnap him or something. Like, crazier things have happened, you know what I mean? So okay, I don't like you. I don't want you. I don't want either of you. Can I have this crab, please? I don't want to oh my god, there's 3 of them. Wait, is it just 2? I think it's just 2 of them. Still, it's not good. No, don't attack the crab. Don't do it. Yeah, the 10-year gap makes it weird, doesn't it? And that's what my coworker said as well. She was like, you know, he's 18 and this guy is 27. Like, you know, it's talking about the 18-year-old. He's like, he's still a kid, you know, you can't be doing that to someone. You're a grown-ass man. Like, why would you? I'm like, I mean, I get it, you know, I mean, I agree. Like, I feel like I was still a child when I was 18. God knows I didn't grow up until I was like, I don't know, 25. I felt like now I'm an adult. It was like there was a moment in my life where I'm like, I guess I'm an adult now. It wasn't really my decision, but I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to be an adult now. But yeah, still, I mean, it's you never know people, you know. I mean, it's like, so I felt bad, and I hope it gets resolved in a favorable way for everyone, you know. I mean, even the 27-year-old, he might have some mental issues, right? Like, that's the thing, is like his behavior might not be his fault, right? It might be like trauma from the past, maybe like abuse from family. Like, you never know, you know. You never know what someone went through in their life, so you can't really say like he's a bad guy. Well, he's behaving like a bad guy, but like, is it really like, you know, does he understand that he's being a bad guy, right? Like, you know, you never know that. You never know those things. So, getting rid of the really cool graffiti here. Doesn't that look cool? I think it looks.
Oh yeah? My parents know Minister Codicus.
I've been to his mansion.
All right, we're going like way high level here, so we're gonna have to be careful now, because we're kind of out leveling the content once again. We do have this. This gives me extra movement speed, karma gain, and experience from kills. We haven't really killed anything, because there isn't that many environmental weapons around either. This right here. She's just napping. First of all, she's just napping in the streets. Like this, I mean, I guess this could be her yard if she lives here, you know, that could be considered her yard. But she's just sleeping in her yard and the guy's just standing over her. So weird. So weird. Always love those rugs, by the way. I wish they had physics to them where you could kind of like swish them. Now, I don't know if we can do the carnival guy. Because we don't have a weapon. Oh, we have some, these are merchants. Let's see if I can buy, maybe they have some regular stuff. Hello, what do you have?
So, what brings you here?
You have watermelon, downed health. I can't use downed ability. Can I use downed abilities? Because that's not technically equipping a weapon, right? Down abilities, I should still be able to use abilities. That's something that I'm gonna have to look at, like rule-wise, for this setup. Did I buy this? I did. Hello. Ooh, a chance to remove a condition on using a healing skill. That's really good. We're buying these. This is all alcohol. Okay. Nice. We got some interesting stuff here. I don't know. Would that be rule breaking to be using skills in down mode? Nah. Because it's not readily available and it wouldn't make the content any easier. Right? The challenge is still there, and if you're downed, it's like your last ditch effort. You could, you know, because many of them have like throw rocks, like the warrior throws rocks, for example. It's not using a weapon. I mean, some of them throw daggers and stuff. Many of them use magic. But then it's kind of like but then the thing is, like, necromancer would be the number one. right? Because then you kind of have to, when you do your class selection, you then have to think about who has the best downstate abilities, and it would be hands down the Necromancer would win in a challenge like this. I think the Necromancer.
May Lissa aid you.
Cotton candy, gain health every second.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. I like this. So we can have some regeneration here. Did I sell my... Did I accidentally sell my food? What did I do with my food? What happened to my... I guess I must have sold it. What did I do with my loaves? Where did my loaves go? Am I stupid? Did I accidentally in here? No.
Things we didn't make.
I must have accidentally sold them or thrown them away or something. What do you have? Who do you have, Roborn? Oh, you're the regular guy. Oh, I do love that.
Finish our job now.
Required level 10. I'm not level 10. Okay, let's buy all of these. Oops. Okay, we're gonna do copper, and then once we're one level higher, we can do that. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more survivability. Sir Kirill, hello, do you have anything cool to say? What is your role here? I'm here to meet Kent Minister. I've heard he's a man of honor, and he's in need of a man of honor. Ooh. Gonna head out. Let us know if there's more to the story. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Riz. Riz? I think it's Riz. Might be Riz. Riz would be double Z, though. Riz. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will let you know. I will let you guys know. Okay, all of this gives me a little bit of experience, so I'm down to clown with that. Did I finish this? No. I'm almost done with that. We're about to get to the, like, difficult part, you guys, because that's, like, this part of the map is, like, difficult. Cat key girl. It's so weird. What is the decision here? Like I always look at this field and I always question this all the time. So as you guys can see, there's one bowl that's like a, what are they called again? Like a I don't know, but it's like an environmental like creature that dies in like one hit, has like no health, you know. And then you have these other ones. Like, why is one of them this, and why is this guy irate? Why are you irate, sir? Hello? Explain yourself, please. Alright. Okay, we can finish up this hard here. Should be either this. Okay, that was this. Okay. Let's see what other fun stuff we can buy, if anything. Aiden. Okay, we already have that. Okay, so we don't need any of this. Okay, that's just fine. No worries about that. Alright, so we're gonna go to the new part, the higher level part. This is gonna be dangerous, so we're gonna have to be careful. Ooh, I could actually do this event. I'm gonna have to be careful, but I can do, because all I have to do here is to collect grapes, and I can definitely do that.
There's no way the Centaurs will win. I promise you that.
We fought too long and hard to lose.
Finally found someone to help me, unlike you worthless clods.
Still sore about that? We have our orders, ma'am.
All right. Crichton freeholds. I knew the like definition of freehold once upon a time. I don't remember.
Won't let me rebuild my vineyard. Let's see how he likes wine from ruined grapes.
So this smack someone with these nasty grapes, or blind a target with a handful of grapes. See, I can do this, and it gives me a little bit of hard progress as well. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I wonder if I can lure them towards the Seraph. Can I lure you over him? Oh no! Guess not. Guess not. Oh god. I hope you guys are excited for the final release. Like, we're on the precipice of the very end of a new expansion, right? Like the thing is, all the judgments, all the things that we've been saying about Giant Wilds, like, we can now fight. Oh, they can fight these. Okay. And they're pretty strong too. I think they're gonna beat him. But the thing is that, like,
The minister won't let me
you know,
rebuild my vineyard.
up until this point, I feel like, you know, certain criticisms have been okay, but I think now we're at a point where criticisms about Janthia Wilds, like, you can actually go ahead and criticize it. And obviously we can then compare it to Secrets of the Obscure, right? And like, people can ask, I mean, it really depends on what the final map looks like, what the content looks like, what the fractal looks like, what the achievements look like, you know, stuff like that. Ooh, ruined grapes, they dropped them.
The minister won't let me rebuild my vineyard. Let's see how he likes wine from ruined grapes.
I can't help you, I'm sorry. Oh. I want to give this guy, oh no, no. Okay, I want to give both of them a chance to get some credit in the event here. Alright, come on. See, the problem with many MMO players is, like, Guild Wars 2 plays so different to any other MMO, and okay, she's figured it out.
My vineyard. Let's see how he likes wine from ruined
no, she didn't. I thought she was carrying grapes, but she was not. You guys need to go get grapes. You guys aren't really doing anything to help. See, and that's the thing, like, many of them don't really understand how they work, and it's not their fault. Alright,
I'm ready to start distilling the vengeance.
It's not their fault, right? Because so many MMOs all play exactly the same way, that it's not their fault that they don't understand that Guild Wars 2 just plays so differently from other MMOs, from things like Warcraft and whatever. Let me grab these two herbals. Alright, we leveled up. We're level 10. Oops. So now we can equip these. I don't care that I just got those. I mean, I have so much karma anyways, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't have that much karma, but I'm constantly, like, getting more. I always try to, like, get rid of it by buying something or by doing different things and, like, using it, but, you know, it's so quickly accessible again. Alright. Get that. Get the POI over here. Piggy, yo, what? What is it? That name. What was that name? I don't know.
There's no way the Centaurs will win. I promise you that.
Okay.
We fought too long and hard to lose.
So we want to get over here because this is like super high level. We don't want to do this yet. That's level 12, right? We still have level 7 to do, and then there's this down there, which I think is like a little bit of a higher level. So we're gonna make our way there. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do these 4, and I'm gonna get on this path and go down. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Oh, and we're gonna switch maps. Because why not? Who cares? Oh, and I got a letter from Quinn. I don't know. I never get tired of going through Queensdale. I don't know how other people feel. Do other people feel like it's not even nostalgia? Like, I do have nostalgia for certain parts of Queensdale where I'm like, man, I remember that, or I remember this story about, you know, back then, or blah blah blah, whatever. But I just think, like, I don't know. I don't get tired of it because it just feels. It's just so fun. It's very immersive. You know, the music is so fitting, and you know, you have all these characters and events. Like, I still think that like dynamic events are some of like the best thing ever. And I cannot believe that not more games jump on this, especially single player games. Single player games could make their experience so different. Like open world. Imagine an open, like a Zelda. Okay, imagine Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, but you had random events happening. Like they had a dynamic event system that was like copied 1-to-1 from Guild Wars 2 to Tears of the Kingdom, let's say, right? Where you go in and random event chains happen, and you have to defend certain outposts, and if you don't do that, enemies take them over, and then you have to take them back over. Or you follow a chain where you like defeat the enemy onslaught and you go into the enemy camp and kill the boss there, right? Like you have the event chain going that way, or like big world bosses popping up or something like that. Like, how much more awesome would that be? Like even a game like Elden Ring. Like, I love Elden Ring, but oh my god, wouldn't it be fantastic to have dynamic events, like events that do exactly like this kind of stuff, where they just randomly, and obviously yes, you can only have a set amount, like a limited amount of events that happen, right? Like, I totally get that, but it's like, I don't know, I'm like, you just add these little things that happen randomly as you go through. Like, it adds so much replayability, right? Like, now at this point, people play Elden Ring between 500, like, you know, 500 to 1,000 hours or whatever if they really like it, you know? Now you double that time because they're now, like, you know, they want to go through it again and again and again because there's dynamic events happening, right? And it's things they haven't seen, right? And they play through a character and they experience a certain region of the world, like Limgrave, for example, right? But they experience it differently because, you know, and it's they stepped into that a little bit, right? There's certain things that they have done where that happens, right? Where, like, when we take Limgrave, for example, there's at the Lake Agiel, right? You have the dragon that comes down. You have Agiel, the flying dragon Agiel or whatever, comes down, okay? And it's like, that's a random event, pretty much, technically, in a way, right? Like, obviously now we know that happens, and it's scripted to the point where it's like we know exactly where and when it's gonna happen, what it does, and who the enemy is and stuff like that. But it's in a step of like, this is not already on the map when you walk around. It just, you know, now appears and happens, you know. And I would love for that to happen more in like open world games. I don't know why it's not like that, why that's not the standard, you know. I'm just here for your eggs. Sorry guys, just the eggs. Oh my god, so much damage. Oh my god. Run. I just want to get away from these guys real quick. And in a single player game, you can advance that even more, where you can have like, you know, if you have advanced certain NPC quests, for example, right? Instead of just having a summoning sign before you go into the boss arena, if you're doing a random event, they might just show up, right? They might be like, oh yeah, you have advanced these people far enough, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna help you now, right? And it's like, oh, okay, and it pays off having done some of these character quests, you know, progressing them to a certain point where they're just now like, okay, hell yeah, we can, you know, like whenever I do this event now, we have this guy show up, okay, and he helps me with that, right? Like, I don't know. I think it would be really cool. Okay, so these people are gonna finish that off, so we managed to do that. I don't know, it's just a random thought, you know? Oh, hello. Jesus, that kind of scared me a little bit. I was like, what is this flashing bright light? That's a great outfit, by the way. I do love that outfit. Sorry I keep yawning. It's very like, when I do this, I get like very relaxed and my body gets like just really tired. I think I've done everything here. I could get rid of the rats if I had any weapons, but I don't. I don't have any weapons. I don't have any weapons. That's okay. Oh my god, what is happening here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Help! Don't block. Attack. Oh. She's dead. She just died. Oh my god, he's about to die. Stay alive for... Freaking attack! Stop bowing before me like a crazy... Oh my god, she's not fighting... Oh my god, she didn't fight back at all. Guys. Leave me alone. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run away. I'm gonna eat a cotton candy. Just gonna eat a cotton candy. Alright, boom. We leveled up again. Awesome sauce. Level 11. Alright.
What's that?
A big slice of my mother's Marionberry pie.
Yeah. I doubt if my pigs would even touch the slop out here.
Okay. Let's go further this way. I can get the thing up here. I don't know if I can do this. If there's someone fighting that guy, I can. I'm luckily playing on a very fortuitous day because it is Friday evening and many people are playing their MMOs today. So, you know, it's like the day. It's like the gaming evening.
Look alive. They're not just here to steal, they're here to kill us.
Okay, they're here to kill us. Do we have cow pies? We do have cow pies. Cow pies are great because they cause confusion for 10 seconds, which is fantastic. Take this, evildoer. Ooh, it's an AoE. I do love that. More cow pies. Any one of you guys would poop. Poop out a cow pie, please. Yeah! Got him. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm looking for more poop to fling at enemies.
You're kidding, right?
Bandits, come and harass us
Oh,
whenever
there we go.
they like. We need higher fences. Or tougher,
More tougher
cows.
cows. No, I wasted my weapon. Ah, wasted it. Is there anything behind the house? I would be surprised if there's anything behind the house, but you never know. No. There's nothing here, is there? No. No weapons around. Usually there's, like, sometimes up here there's isn't there sometimes I was gonna say a wooden plank. I was just gonna say. I was gonna say like up here at the gate, but it's actually under this tree.
Don't just stand there, cows! Next time I raise something smart enough to fend off bandits.
Get over here and help me!
Yeah.
I'm going to get you.
Nice. Alright. I just want to get participation for this event. Because that's experience points. We need all of them. Nice.
Get off this ranch,
see
you
any.
fiends!
Don't see anything. Oh, cow pie. I guess I gotta stay here because this is where the cow pies are. Cow pies coming in. Oh,
Now that those bandits are gone, let's celebrate with some beef brisket. Mmm.
see, look at all this. Look at all this experience, you guys. Look at it. So much. It was like a third of a level. All right, cow pie. Let's take one of those with us. With all these new people around, there might be someone doing that, and I might be in luck over there. No one out here? Oh, come on. There's so many new people. How are they not doing this guy? How are they not taking care of this guy? He's really tough, so there's no way I'm gonna win this. Yo, Franklin.
Wrong
Have a cow
choice.
pie. Ah! Run away! I must look like a crazy person. I'm a naked lady running around, like naked lady running around with cow pies in her hand, flinging them at random people. Okay, I guess no one was. I'm gonna be right back, you guys. All right, let's continue. Let's see. I don't think anyone go over there. What is this? A wooden plank. I still think a cow pie is probably gonna be giving me better like credit for like an event. Ooh, he becomes a merchant.
May Melandru guide you.
Okay, condition damage doesn't really do much for me. So that's not helpful. Oh god, I missed it. I guess I've just missed it. I guess these people are all playing together. It looks like... Okay, well... Oh no! Ah! Please stop it! Bye. So many new people. Okay, so I gotta get in here. I gotta get in here in this tunnel and get the whatever is that? The potion? It's not a potion. It's like food or something that they eat or something like that. What is that? I don't remember what it is. Oh yeah, it's like some kind of something there. Oh god. Harpies are never good enemies to fight. They do a ton of damage. Oh god. Ow. Cotton candy is really nice. Is this thing here? No. Okay. There's a boulder. Button mushroom, we can grab that. That'll give me some experience. Copper aura will give me a little bit of experience. I guess I need to pay more attention because I think once like I think gathering the crafting materials and stuff like that, I think that's gonna be a big point in having continuous experience income, because you're always gonna have those around. You know, it doesn't matter if I have events going on or if I have hearts or if I have anything that I can get to or whatever, you know, I will always have that. So I think that's definitely something that I think this is like, is this the first time that I think this is the first time that I've been using gathering. I mean, obviously I'm not gonna do it where there's enemies, but I'm gonna do it in areas where you know, I can. I'm not gonna die immediately from it. Hey, who?
I'd remember if I did. Someone, anyone.
Hungry bears. I have a barrel. Can I store these? Yes, I can. Boom. Do I have another barrel?
Be gone there.
Be gone, bears. Hello. Environmental weapons up here. One barrel is all you have? Alright, well, this is not going well anyways. That guy is about to destroy that. Alright, cool. Whatevs. Well, I got a little bit of experience for that. Just a little bit. Blueberry bush. We need some sugar. I can open the bag. I love that the dead body is just like floating here. All right. Okay. So far, so good. I don't know how we're faring compared to like other playthroughs of this. I feel like we've done less events than in other times when I've done a human. Okay, so we have some regular merchants here as well. I just want to check to see what they have.
What do you need?
Okay, she's like just definitely a regular merchant. She is as well. See, that I don't understand. Why do you have like people that just right next to each other is selling exactly the same thing? Seems kind of silly. Okay, so here we're gonna do the same setup that we always do. Actually, I'm gonna get these first. Is there ambient dialogue here? Random. People in chat are random. Super random. Okay, so here is my Super Pro Ultra tip on how to complete this hard without even having to do anything. Without even having to lift a finger. You put this on autocast, you take this guy as your target, and then you just press 1.
Come on. That's way too slow.
Or her. I'm
Try
sorry.
attacking me as I
And you
lower
just
my
sit there,
guard.
and that's all you do. And you just wait.
Go do something somewhere else.
You just wait. Like, yeah, you're gonna get pushed back. You're gonna keep getting pushed back, but you know what? Every so often, you're gonna be able to get a hit in, and all you need to do is sit there and let that happen.
Remember, don't release your shot until the order is given. Game.
Come on. That's way too slow. Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
See it? Report it.
I told you, my sister's family is coming down from Shanghai.
I'm sure you can do this with like the other weapons as well, but this one is like
Not bad at all.
super easy. Someone in chat said, because someone asked about like random facts about themselves, and someone said, I'm old and I play Guild Wars more than anyone else in my house. And someone says, how old is old? And they say, I don't know this man, almost 65 and love this game, playing it for years.
Not bad at all.
And then someone said 65 is the new 45. I guess I can move this up so you guys can actually read it.
Come on.
No random
That's way too
dialogue
slow.
that's going on here.
Try
Like,
attacking me as I lower my guard.
Hold.
Melissa.
but yeah, this is the easiest way to do this hard.
Hold.
Good. That's how you block an attack.
Fire.
Again.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
You'll never block me like that. Try raising your shield just as I launch my attack.
It's not a very engaging way of finishing this hard, but hey, you get to do whatever. You can watch YouTube videos. You can watch one of Raleigh's YouTube videos while you do this.
Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
Anywho, that hard's done. So, have I missed anything that I could potentially do? That one is really hard to do. That we're still doing all of those, but those are higher level, so just want to make sure. Okay, so I think we've done everything so far. Good. All right, I feel good about this. Oh, here's the grandpa that's talking about all his grandchildren and stuff like that. Right here, Twilight's Fury, or Grandma. You know. Sounds like a dude, but I could be wrong. You never know. But let's be real. He's a dude, she's a dude, everyone's a dude, okay? If anyone takes offense to being called dude, you're an idiot. Just my PSA for the day. My PSA for the day. I'm not gonna start calling you dudette. I mean, I might, but I don't know. It's a coyote. Hi, coyote. Bye, coyote. Okay, can I do... This heart might be a little on the tougher side. Oh my god, my... Oh no, my thumb is twitching. I got like... the muscles like twitching. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's tickling. No! So if I do anything weird, it's because of the... I can't even control it. What's happening? I don't know if I can actually like... It probably doesn't even show up, but it's like moving, like... Ah! Stop it! Anyways. It's tickling me inside of my thumb. It's so weird. That's why I'm giggling like a crazy person. Everyone's probably like, oh my god, what a weirdo. I wouldn't blame you. I am weird. I do love that banner. I do like it. Right, this is one of those hearts I don't think I can do. Because this is the one that requires me to, like, destroy and kill and do the things that normal adventurers do in this world. Get out of luck with that one. Hello, I don't want to fight you. Can you not, please? You guys, that's so much damage. Stop it. Stop it right now. Again, there's no environmental weapons. It's crazy. I feel like, I don't know why I remember there just being environmental weapons being way more common than they are. I don't know what in my brain made me think, oh, they're everywhere. I'm gonna be able to use them all the time. What was I thinking? It's a trick question I wasn't thinking. Well, I don't know. I felt like I was misinformed by my own self. But that's okay. So this takes like, you know, this takes like our pacifist run and brings that to like another level, right? This is like next level pacifist. If you guys don't know what my pacifist, so I've been doing many challenge runs for Guild Wars 2, always trying to find new ways of getting to level 80 or whatever. And my very first one was the pacifist, where I went through and I was able to use signets and equip armors and things like that, but no weapons. It was pretty much like I had to go from 0 to 80 without weapon, or 1 to 80 without weapons. Yeah, it took a long time, but we did get to it. We did get it at some point. Yeah, but I don't know how. I mean, this is very similar to that challenge, you know. It really depends. It really, you know, it's gonna be curious to see. You know, because in the 30s, I want to say, is where the experience gain kind of drops off for a little bit. You know, or it starts to drop off, right? It starts to like kind of plateau a little bit. That's an interesting run. Well, so on the pacifist run, that was not okay. So in the pacifist run, I wasn't able to use environmental weapons. I wasn't able to use, like, it was on a warrior. I was able to equip signets, but I didn't use them. And I had armor, and I had I was able to use traits. So it took me a long time, but it ended up being fine. Okay, it wasn't very difficult. It was more of like a time investment. This challenge, on the other hand, is a little bit more difficult because I'm not equipping any armors, any traits, anything but my one healing skill. Mending is my one healing skill, and then I can use down skills. Like if I'm in down state, I can use those skills. And environmental weapons. So I can use environmental weapons. I just don't know. I don't know about like kits and bundles and stuff that I can buy. Because that feels kind of like a. I've been talking about like how. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna be using some food items that pharma vendors like can sell me. I've been using those, but I just came up with this rule like a little bit ago, but I think I'm gonna limit it to like 10, right? So 10 of each item. So I don't know about like if someone sells me like a kit or a bundle or something, I'm gonna have to look at it. I'm gonna have to see, you know, am I gonna limit it to like a certain number as well, like where I can only like have like 3 of those at a time or something. Oh my god, this is so bad. I'm running out of here. I'm leaving. This is the end. I'm gonna equip this cotton candy. Ah, please. No, there's so much to mine in there, and there's too many enemies. Like healing seed pod spawns a healing tree. That's right. Yeah, I do remember that. I don't know. Does that feel like cheating? Well, if I limit it to 10, like I can buy 10, I can hold 10 at any time of something. So I might try that. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see, because I'm, you know, whatever I come across, I'm gonna kind of look at it. I think I might be able to do that. I think that might be something where I can kind of, like, if someone is selling me a bundle, I can have 10 of it at any point. So I can limit myself, you know, because obviously with my money, like, I don't have that much money, but, you know, coming across something like that, my money would be enough to buy like 100,000 of those, and I could just like cheese my way through to level 80. And that's really not the point that I'm trying. That's really not what I'm trying to do with this. You know, I'm trying to like create a challenge. It's supposed to be a challenging way of approaching the game in like a specific fashion, you know? So I don't know. I mean, unless of course people are like, oh, well, that's super cheesy and it doesn't really count, you know, but I mean, I don't know. It sounds fine to me. It sounds like something that I would allow myself to use. Okay, so here I remember last time we had this like big issue where we had, what's the time? Oh my god, it's already this late. I've only been streaming. I streamed really late today, guys. I'm really sorry. Oh, perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Licka, you take care of him. That's always the one, because this veteran will circle this point, and you cannot get to this point if he's alive. Like, you can't make it. Or like a sub turrets do no damage but does knockdown, so a bar breaker. That would be cool. That would be nice. I think that would be allowed. Because yeah, there's certain ones that do damage, but I don't know if they do enough. Like if there's something. No, I think I'm gonna allow those. I think the more I think about it, I think it makes sense for me to allow it. So I think I'm gonna allow those bundles and stuff. I think that's gonna be. I think that'll be good. All right, we leveled up again, you guys. So we're doing really well. So I really think human out of all the races is still the best, because it's such a streamlined experience when you go through here. This is a rich one. That's perfect. Gonna be a lot of experience for me. There's nets and rocks. Yes. But they're like, you know, they don't give you like a full. There's certain guns too. I think you can buy, like, can't you buy like guns or something as well? I don't know. I don't know what like all the kits are that are available to be bought, but for now I'm gonna say yes. Until I like get to a point where I'm like, well, that's really cheesy, and that's just gonna. Because I know, like, for example, in Mount Maelstrom, there is, when you go to Mount Maelstrom, like, where is it, like, right south of here, there's that swamp, and there's that hard right out here. You know, it's like to the side or south of it or whatever. Anyways, there's a swamp, and in the swamp, the heart there is that you have to pick up like a gun, and you have to like defeat enemies with it or whatever. And that gun, you can actually carry it around the whole map with you. You can take that gun and you can walk around the whole map with you. And I kind of thought about that, and I'm like, well, that might be kind of cheesy, but since it's only available in that one map, you know, and it doesn't guarantee that I'm gonna make it through, I'm like, I think that'll be okay. I think that'll be fine. Well, there's some that are, I mean, I've been kind of like using, so this gives me like gain health every second, chance to remove a condition on using a healing skill. I mean, I'm already removing 5 conditions, but if I'm like super heavy condition, or they keep, I don't know, it's like there's more than 5 on me, that would be kind of nice. And then we have down health plus 20%. If I allow myself to use down skills, I guess I would. I guess down skills are allowed because it's like last ditch effort. If I make it out of that, it'll be kind of miraculous. So I can't really do that hard. Can't really do that hard. I could do this, and I gotta go here. So let's kind of go north first. Yeah, but if it's extra bonus you can get from hardcore. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's kind of nice. I like that. That sounds interesting. I mean, I've done like 2.5 runs. The third run that I was doing, I kind of quit halfway through because it just became such a drag, and I didn't really have fun with it. It was using the combat tonic, but it was the kitty one, the cat that gives you like their own skills, has its own 2 or 3 skills or whatever that you get from it, and using that to level up to level 80. So that was kind of difficult, but I mean, I feel like I could have finished it, but I only played through it halfway, I guess. The first person view, yeah, it's just another layer of challenge, you know. It kind of, it's supposed to emulate the whole idea of a challenge run, or of a survival game. Many survival games are in like first person, you know, so so far it's been not too bad. I do enjoy playing in first person, but I'm also a weird person, so I don't know. I play the game, I mean, as you can see, I play an action camera all the time, which already makes me an outlier compared to many other people. Many people don't do that, so. Alright, so what's going on down here? Great. This is going on. Can't really help. Are these guys going in? Okay, they're going in. I knew it. Like this? Normal. Throw up. But I feel like you get used to it. I don't know how it feels as a viewer. Probably as a viewer, it's probably worse, I'm guessing. But it doesn't play too bad. I don't know. I always thought about like doing a challenge, not a challenge run, but doing a run where like I just play in first person all the time. I feel like many people get dizzy from first person. How did I get credit there? That was weird. It was like super random. I didn't even do anything. All right. So here, this was like a really tough part of our challenge last time. Where didn't we like almost die? I think I almost died here. Or did I actually die and then I had to redo it? So I came in here and there wasn't like any people around and I had to like I dove in because you could free the slaves, but you could be defeated. So you could be easily killed here, and then that cancels out everything else. I love that the survivor, like, I don't know, I love the idea of resetting if I die. You know, I think that is a great I don't know, it's a good concept. Oh, thank you. You're healing me. I appreciate it. More slaves, please. More slaves to free, I guess I should say. Run, my friend, run. Why am I so much taller than everyone? This is the default. I think the default size on the warrior is just really tall. So I think she's a tall, slender lady with big boobas. I mean, this is like the most default. Like, I literally just picked what they had, and that's what they had. Didn't pick it, not my fault. A wooden plank out here. Yeah, you guys take care of these. I was not lucky last time. I had to, like, stealth around. I mean, I don't know. This is just gonna break, isn't it? Yeah, it's just broke. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Everyone's respawning and I'm by myself. Am I? Oh, no. Can I get to that slave? Uh-oh. 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 Man, this is scary. Scary. Can I get... Oh, damn it.
Alert!
Oh. I was like, what? I didn't even get close enough to you for you to do that.
How do you do?
All right. We're doing pretty good, though. No. I'm just here to hang out for 3 seconds, and I'm gonna go. Bye. Where's that slave in the far corner over there? Why don't they respawn? Did they make it? Is that why? The other ones respawn because they die. It's like they're playing their own survival game. Alright, come on. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost there. We've almost made it. Slave! Someone gave me a speed boost. I'm running so fast. Oh my god, I feel so fast. When you play without speed boost for so long, it feels so nice. I'm gonna get that guy there. Uh-oh. Please, no, stop it. Ah. Okay, so we've done that hard. I haven't been checking hard vendors. Well, I haven't completed any. I didn't check that. I really need to check those. All right, so I'm gonna make my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. I'm not homebound really, but why? And the bleed. Oh my god, he does so much damage. Please stay away. Look, it's a donut splitter. He splits donuts. Okay. Can I get that point of interest without dying? So that was our, I believe that was our very first death, wasn't it? Wasn't our very first death right up here? And I was like so cocky. I was like, I can do this. And then I got shot by some veteran and it died because I was crippled. And I just got shot by like 20 arrows. It was very Elden Ring, or very Dark Souls, that death. No! Someone's coming for me. I heard him. And jump. I'm going to Tearsy. I'm gonna hang out with Tearsy. I think if I sit, right? Yeah. Oh, using emotes gave me experience. Alright, she gives you like regeneration for a little bit. For a little while. Well, before I depart, let me check that hard vendor up there. I want to see what everyone's got for me. That'd be really cool. In like another universe, I know ArenaNet would have done like a Return to Tyria expansion where they like updated all the maps. I mean, that's still something they could do, you know, but it's looking less and less likely as the years move on. Okay, hard vendor.
How do you do?
All right, what do you have for me? You have a rusty iron key. Okay. Garbage. You could have just said that you had garbage. Oh, you needed. I didn't talk to that person. I want to make sure I talk to all of the fun people. All of the hardy people. I cannot jump over here. I could have just gone around, I guess. Da, 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 da. I do want to tell everyone I did apply late last night for the ArenaNet Partner Program, so I've been keeping up with like my application every 3 months. So cross your fingers, everyone. Hopefully, hopefully that'll go somewhere. But yes, I did do that again. I've been keeping up with it. I didn't keep up with it for a long time, but no, I did. Wait, I already. That's not who I need to talk to. So we shall see. Oh, I just love this house. I always love this house. I'm always like, oh, okay, they're building it. They just build it. Empty. Hello.
Good to meet you.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here to Fisherman Will. We have some driftwood. We'll take that with us. Why not? Use the branch to leap at your foe. We get an invade out. Oh, okay, and it's back out of my.
Welcome.
All right, what do you got? Fish hook, aqua breather, and weapons. Nothing that I can use. Love. Love, 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 love. Please stop it. Please stop it taking me. Please, 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 please. Who else have I not spoken to? I did speak to that one, I think. I didn't talk to the one over here, did I? I don't think I did. I don't know. I can't remember, you guys. You guys know I have like the worst memory ever. I can't remember it. My memory is so selective. It is weird. Like sometimes I remember the weirdest things, and sometimes I can't remember what I did 10 minutes ago. It's so strange. Ooh, we have the giant boar. So there's actually a really cool thing with the giant boar. I don't know if that's going to be part of the Animal Facts video or not, but when the giant boar is out, you actually have these mushrooms all around the forest. They grow all around the forest. You can actually see them like everywhere. See that? As soon as he dies, they disappear. So he dies really quickly. See, and he's gone now, and there's no more mushrooms. So it's really weird, and you can pick them, and you just get mushrooms from them. But it's such a random thing. Like, it's only when he's there do those mushrooms, and he's so weak, and he dies so quickly. You know? Refreshing drink. Conditions applied to you have reduced duration. So this is the stuff you were talking about, isn't it? Donut. There's Donut right there. Yeah, that's the stuff he's talking about. Interesting. Experimental rifle. Healing seeds. Net. Rock. Deployables. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. Oh, I need to... I just realized. Hold on. Let me make that a little bit smaller. The alert box? Oh yeah, the alert box is good. I saw that it was like underneath some of the stuff. Let's do this one. That's good. That'll be good. That's right in the middle of the screen. Okay. But yeah, I see that now. I see all the stuff that you have in there. Teleportation gun, mortar seeds. Yeah, so I think I'll allow those. I think that's definitely something that I'll allow in my medical kit. That's gonna be super nice. Huh, yeah, that's actually kind of nice. I think I will allow myself, but I think I'm gonna, because as you can, like, I see that there's like, you got a ton of those. I think I will limit mine to 10, so that it becomes more of a, like, I can't carry as many around with me, and I only have a set amount of them at any time with me. Did I talk to Cardi earlier? I think I did.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, I appreciate you following. Thank you so much. But yeah, so it's such an interesting way to play the game. So you've been just so what has your rule set been? Right? Because so what's your rule? Oh god, who's attacking me? So your rule set is you can only use that, and you can't like attack and stuff, but can you still like equip items? Have you been like not equipping items and stuff, or like, I don't know, I'm trying to get a read on like all the other stuff, because I've met other people that have been doing I've met many other people that have been doing challenge runs. It's been really cool, like meeting other people that do the same kind of stuff. I feel like that's part of the game that doesn't get enough attention, I think. So No weapons allowed. Any armor allowed. Only 6 through 10 skill, or 6 through 0, or whatever. Skills can be used if not an attack skill. Only for passive effect of healing. Must collect bundles from around Tiri and use them to advantage to kill mobs. Level to 80. Food and utilities allowed straight. Experience from wounds or not allowed. No mounds or attacks, but movement is allowed. Not from a death. That's my guide for it. Interesting. That's cool. I like it. That's very close to my like pacifist run. So my passive, the only difference was that in my pacifist run I wasn't able to use any of those like kits or anything like that, like bundles and stuff that you could buy. Like I was not allowed to use any of that. Lexi, did I talk to Lexi earlier? I don't think I did.
You'll find everything you need here.
I did not. I definitely didn't. Not that she has anything interesting. And I didn't talk to that. I feel like there's something there that I can get. I'm gonna make that journey down there. Can't get experience if you have a lot of karma like me, that's basically free. Yeah, that's true. I can see that, but it's still fun, you know? So did you finish it? I didn't even see what level you were. Did you get through it? How long did it take you? If you did it, you learn all about the bundles in the game. Yeah, that's cool. It's definitely cool because it makes you appreciate, like, I feel like it makes you appreciate a different side of the game that you usually wouldn't really care about. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, environmental weapons and stuff. This makes me appreciate having more environmental weapons. I really think there should be more environmental weapons out there, you know? We don't really get environmental weapons anymore, or at least not that I've seen for a long time. Because, you know, they're superfluous. There's no point to them, right? But there's only a point if you do something like this. Look at that barred owl. Look at that turd walking around. Look at how derpy he looks. Look at him. Okay. Like jars of bees and fruit. Yeah, and there's so many interesting things that they've added into the game that like no one really pays attention to, you know. I got to level 53, but I have 35 characters, lost a bit of interest. Oh, I understand. I have I think I'm at like 30 characters myself. Look at Sailor Moon, you guys. The one and only. Anywho. Captain Lindell, I need to talk to you.
May Balthasar strengthen you.
Screw Balthazar, no one cares about him. Okay, nothing here that I can use. Got it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Well, okay, so I've checked all the vendors now, I'm pretty sure. I think I've checked all the vendors. I can't really do that because I can't fight. This one is close to impossible to do for me. I want to do this. I can do that. That one is the one that took us forever to do last time, but we can do it. Okay. And then we'll be, I don't know. Will we be, I don't know, we're getting close to 15, but I don't know if this is going to be enough to get us to 15. So we gotta, I'm going to have to harvest along the way. Let's run over there and harvest as much as I can. 53 is still pretty good though. 53, like, you're like at the back end of like leveling there, you know? Like, only 27 levels, I mean, that's not too bad. You know, but I get it. I mean, I get, like, not having interest in it. The Pacifist run, too. The Pacifist run took me so long. There's a playlist on my channel somewhere. I think I made a playlist for it where I put... He did not attack me. I was like, what is going on? Alright, I'm gonna harvest as much as I can. Spiky fruits. There's a lot. I feel like most of the few items, yeah. I see that. Underwater net. Bone. Park break bones. Mortar seed. Frost gun. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna limit mine to like 10, because I feel like if you can just like buy it, then it's just a matter of having as much money as possible. I thought I was done with this. We're in a new map, so there's new things here. I mean, it's still an interesting challenge, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'm looking for something like really difficult, because the thing is, you know, and like I said, this kind of reminds me a little bit of the Pacifist Run, because the Pacifist Run, once you get like, you know, you use like traits and you have armor equipped and you have like, you know, all these things, it becomes more like a time investment rather than a challenge. And I'd always, all of my runs, I've named them challenge runs. So oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. 8? What kind of monster does 8 bleed? Oh, a veteran. Ah. Oh my god, jeez. Yeah, go attack that doe. My good god. Jeez, I just wanted to harvest some stuff. Look at those bears, are vicious. My god. Alright. Still not out of combat. Still in combat. Still in combat. Alright. That was close. But yeah, I want something that's actually challenging and engaging in a way, rather than being like, okay, I just need to invest time in this, right? Because that's what the Pacifist Run really felt like by the end. By the end, it was really just like, man, another bear. Get out of here. Glide away. I need to write down some stuff that I just randomly have like thoughts and I know I'm gonna forget about it. Yeah, it's not very challenging, you know, and it's like I wanted something that is like a little bit of a challenge. You know, because the core game of Guild Wars 2 is so easy, you know, power creep has really taken over, and it's so easy. It's like you can literally go around, you can have a stick in your hand, and you can just press 1, and you'll be level 80 before you know it. And I hate that. So, you know, I made those challenge runs because I made, you know, I did challenge runs because I wanted to go through and like, you know, find a way to make the game more complicated. Then I did my second run that I did was the Tamer challenge, which I went through and I let a pet fight for me, and I had to actually do, instead of just getting to level 80, I had to do map completion. And I actually finished that. I actually did map completion both in the core game and Cantha at the time. That one was really fun. That was the Tamer challenge. That was really, really fun. So it was a ranger with a pet, and I had my pet do all of the fighting for me. That was the rule. Like, I couldn't fight myself, but I had to complete the map, and I actually did get map completion on it. So any enemies that were in my way, like that I needed to defeat to get through to, you know, or any of the like hero challenges where I needed to defeat someone, like my pet had to fight those enemies. And that was really fun. That one I really enjoyed. That wasn't so much as like a challenge, but it was like a fun way of getting map completion. You know, doing map completion. So. Got to level 80 in the tutorial. I got to level. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that as well because obviously, you know, there's like the, you know, there's the pre-searing challenge in Guild Wars 1, but you know, it really is not the same in Guild Wars 2. It's really not, and I've thought about it as well, but I'm like, there's really no point because by the end of it, those centaurs do not give you enough experience, or the whatever, right? The early area, the tutorial area enemies do not give you enough experience to sit there, and it's not a challenge. You know, there's nothing challenging about it. It's a time investment, right? And that's what I'm like trying to like kind of move away from. It's like I'm trying to differentiate between a time investment and an actual challenge. I don't want something where I'm like, well, the longer I invest in it, the more it's gonna get. You know, that's why it's hardcore. You know, it's like I'm not allowed to die because if my character dies, I have to reset. Okay, so by the time I'm level 80, I want to type in /death or /deaths and have it say you've died 0 times, and I want to show that to people and really be like, okay, I didn't die a single time, made it to level 80, I was in level appropriate zones, I didn't use any armor, weapons, trades, right? Like it feels like a little bit of an accomplishment to do that. So it would take months to do that. And you get 33 per kill. Yeah, that's not, no, screw that. And it's not fun. Like there's no fun to that. You know, if I want to have a tutorial level 80 character, I'll just make a new character and then I'll get like tomes on them, or in some you know, through the golem, just put some tomes on it, level up to level 80 and be level 80 in the starting area. You know, something like that. All right, I always answer these wrong. Oh, he still fights you. I was like, what if I don't accept that? What if I don't click that button? I don't know what the answer is. Oh my god, they hate me. Everyone hates me. Okay, that one worked. Ah! Yeah, free level 60 boost, for example, yeah. Yeah, it's not fun, you know, but like I said, it's been kind of my mission over the years of doing these runs. I'm like, I want to come up with something more interesting and something that puts some value back into the core game of Guild Wars 2, right? Because there's no value in it anymore, so. Oh god. Oh my god. Are you fighting this stupid... Can I not talk to you? No. I always get the wrong answers. It was really brutal last time we were in this area. I answered like every single one wrong, and I'm like, what is happening? Oh my god.
I still don't get what you want me to do. You want me to make the Ettins fight. Is this supposed to be hard?
Me said already. You don't listen. You stupid for a human.
I can't talk to them yet. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here, get the hero challenge. That's why I'm like, I'm trying to put all these stipulations on it to make it harder. You know, it's like doing first person, no armors, no weapons, no trades, no anything, right? Like trying to put as much challenge as I can on it, and it's challenging. It's definitely challenging. I had a timer as well. Like I was using a timer for a while. The thing is, like, before I actually put a timer on it, I need to find like a specific set of rules and stuff that I can use. So, can I talk to you? Okay. How about the middle one? I never picked the middle one, so. Okay. The middle one has worked twice for me now. We're gonna keep going with the middle one until it doesn't work anymore. Wow, okay. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna keep picking the middle one. The middle one seems to be working a lot. Okay, well. Shouldn't have said anything. You should have shut your dumb mouth, Raleigh. Yep. Yep. Oh, pick the first one. That was the correct one. Come on. Yay, we did it. And we're level 14. So now comes the hard part, because we're supposed to be in level appropriate zones. But I'm not level 15 yet. So maybe I need to, okay, so this is the bone that you're talking about. All right, so I'm gonna, or that you showed me. I don't know what that does. So I'm gonna buy 10 of those.
I still don't get what you want me to do. You want me to make.
I'm gonna buy one real quick because I want to. He's so ugly. Jesus. I'm gonna use one real quick to just kind of see what it does. Oh, okay. So unable. Okay, hold on. Let's see how strong this is. Oh, it just does it one time. Okay, so we can use 10 of those. We're gonna add that to our ever-expanding list of things that we can use. Get rid of all of this. Get rid of all of this. Okay. It's 2 copper. I don't care. Okay, so maybe I need to bend the rules a little bit, and it needs to be like level appropriate within so many levels, right? So let's say you could say within like 1 to 2 levels of it, right? Meaning that you could go to the next area level like level 13 to 15 is when you can move to the next area. You know, I mean, I think I'm gonna do that because it's just very hard to get to the point where I get to the next level then. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you have to like keep clicking them in your inventory to keep using them too. But yeah, you can definitely stun lock them. I mean, if I use that bone back to back to back, right? Like, it's a great idea. It's definitely a good idea. So what I just wrote down here is actually is I'm gonna be making that Discord server, and I want to have a channel on there that's just for survival, for exactly the kind of talk that we're having right now. Where people can kind of discuss the different runs they've been doing, because I feel like that'd be an interesting subject. Small and on your screen, yeah. It feels almost like I don't know what. It feels like something. It reminds me of something, like going into your inventory, just keep using all the items. It feels like another game. Oh god, so much damage. So much damage for no reason.
I need backup.
We're jumping. Oh, it's scary. Problems with this game doesn't. Wouldn't it be kind of cool to have a slot for items? Like just a couple of extra buttons on the side here that you could like keybind and put something into. What was the game I was playing the other day? Oh my god. there's an old MMO that my very first MMO that I ever played. My very first MMO that I myself like played before Guild Wars and stuff was actually called like Shaya Online, Shaya or Shaya. I'm not sure how you say that, but it's this old as. And actually, I started playing it the other day. I was like, man, I really want to go back, and it's so janky and it's so ugly and it's so bad, even compared to like Guild Wars 1 from 20 years ago. It's so ugly and so bad, but man, do I have memories with that game. Oh my god, I was like in a very active guild at the time. They were like a really tight-knit group of people, and I remember like running dungeons with them and stuff like that. It was really fun. We had a really good time. I never got to like max level in that game, even with that guild and stuff, but man, did I have a good time. No, please, no.
Get over here and help me.
Even if it was just a click to use. Yeah, even then, right? Like at least having something on screen that lets me access it.
Get over here and help me.
All right, I'm gonna go for like another 45 minutes or so. Like I'm gonna go to like 1 a.m. But I'm getting tired, so I'm like, geez.
The fun's over here.
Oh my god, I have an army of people behind me. What can I do with the bottle? I can throw it. But it doesn't do anything. Oh my god, do you guys remember that from the last time we played this? This bottle doesn't do anything. You can throw it and it doesn't do anything. Oh my god, I got poisoned. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh my god, stop it. No, Sage died. Oh, poor Sage. Oh, God. They're everywhere. Sliding down the hill. Wrong choice. Why? Why do like half my... Oh my god, I cannot get through this without dying. Like... I'm gonna glide the heck out of here. Bye! I don't know who just shot me, but that was so much damage, I almost died. What? Why is my Streamlabs... First of all, why is my Streamlabs reacting to you following? And second of all, stop that. All of you, stop that. The bots are annoying. Okay. Super. Anywho, I love that I keep on having to do the like little run in and run back out. It's very fun. If I didn't almost die so quickly, God. I mean, I'm like one level under what I should be. So one level doesn't make that much of a difference, I don't think. I think I'm gonna do... Actually, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna get some... Oh, no. I was looking... Oh, I don't have the vitality. No, I clicked the wrong one. See, this is where we're gonna start wasting. We're gonna start wasting things. Start wasting items for no reason. I can only have 10. Really, bro? Stop it. Stop it right now. No more sacks to collect. Oh, there's some sacks. There is some. Oh my god. I get that silver ore. Really, dude? Okay, get the sack over here. And then bottle of rum doesn't do anything.
The fun's over here.
And
Until next time.
okay, have fun with all that. Let's see if nothing over here reset. So I think I'm gonna come back to this. I remember last time I had to do the same thing. Like I didn't have enough stuff around here to do it. I could use the clubs and stuff like that, but I only have a set amount of them since I'm limiting myself on that. So we'll be back because some of that stuff is gonna regenerate.
Wrong choice.
Really? Yeah. Even.
Ha! You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm super duper looper duper whooper serious. Uzalon's hideout. We got that. Get across that bridge.
Get over here and help me.
Really? You guys, where did you even come from? I didn't even see that guy. I didn't even see you. It's Mickey the stool pigeon.
Before we change our minds.
Whoops. Sorry guys. I'm just trying to have a sip. Have a sip of my drink. Alright, I'm gonna get the I'm gonna go in here and then take a sip. I'm very, very excited though. If ArenaNet is giving us something Tuesday, I have a feeling. So I got a little bit of a friend of mine send me a message, a cryptic message about things, and it makes me think that Tuesday is going to be an interesting day. Tuesday or Wednesday, actually Wednesday more so, but and I don't know if it's going to be directly or sometime after Wednesday there will be an interesting development for Guild Wars 2 in general. It's nothing crazy, it's not like life altering or anything like that, but yeah, anyways. So I'm excited to see what's up. What do you sell? Regular merchant?
So,
a barrel? I'm gonna take that with me.
But we're going there someday.
It's my barrel now. It's my barrel. Goodbye. Wow, you can really see the butt crack. Holy crap. Never noticed that. I don't play too many female characters, and I most certainly don't play them naked. So, and there you go. Okay, I can actually do this event. I just have to be very careful because the remains are right in here. Bloop. Hey, Arya.
How can I
Some
help?
of this.
I am beginning the reanimation
They bring a
process.
new race to go to
I
some
will
bird
accept
race,
remains
right?
until the process
Underwater
is
treasure
complete.
hunts or underwater. No, nothing at all like that. Nothing at all. It has nothing
I've
to do with
given your
content
debts
in the
value.
game or anything
Your
really
flesh
with the
will
game
serve
itself.
those that require your strength. Draethor, stop hiding
But
in your cave.
the thing is, I don't even know the details because I only got cryptic messages about it myself, so I don't know. Oh my god, I'm so going to die. I tried to get like I'm trying to get out of view so that they can't attack me. Oh no Draethor, that's bad. Oh boy, that's bad. That's bad. All of that. All of this is bad. But anyways, so it's nothing crazy. Underwater dragon? You're talking about the Leviathan that was in the at the very end of the video? That's a Leviathan. Launch trailer? The launch trailer didn't have an underwater dragon. Are you talking about that the real life one that they did? That was like so not well received because it was awful. Is that the one you're talking about? I don't have any trinkets. I don't have any trinkets. Oops, I didn't mean to mount. I'm not supposed to do that, but I didn't move. I don't have any trinkets on. I don't take any of them. So this is what I look like. This is what my screen is going to look like. I didn't even see that message earlier. I'm sorry. So I have nothing equipped here. Nothing counts. I can't have anything equipped. I have to be completely nude. So the vitality is coming from the food. That's the only. I'm just grabbing some food. The nourishment is all I got. I just get some nourishment. And even that's limited. But yeah, I think what you're thinking of is the manifest. I think it's the manifesto trailer. Is it the manifesto trailer or is it the Races of Tyria trailer? I don't know, but there is a trailer where at the very end, if you're talking about that, it's at the very end where the Sylvari is underwater and something swims by and it's like really big and it's actually a Leviathan. They've had the Leviathan models have been in the game files since pre-Guild War, since pre-release. They've been in the game files. They never used them. There was actually 2 models and they still haven't used the other one. So they've been using the blue one, which is the Leviathans that we keep fighting. Those are the blue ones. And they also have a brown one. There's a brown Leviathan model and they haven't used that one at all yet for any of the Leviathan fights. I think they updated some of the like textures on it or something. But the model itself is just kind of like, it's exactly the same. What's that? Hold on, let me look at that. Always love talking about this stuff. Oh my god. Alright, let me get to safety. I'm gonna look at that video real quick. I'm salivating at the thought of having a mystery. No, please. Yeah. Aha! Try to catch me now, bitch. Look at that. It was like Spider-Man. Did you see that escape? Wow, I feel like a real master of life. Something. Subassessor Prong. Guild Wars 2 Mysteries, the Deep Sea Dragon. I mean, I'm guessing based off of the title of that is based on early concepts of Swan. Oh, you're talking about Wooden Potatoes' video?
Well, welcome.
Hold on, let me skim through it real quick.
hope I don't get stuck out here too long.
Huh.
I feel like I've made a video on this too. So it's believed that I don't think what's underneath the ocean is a dragon. So Suwan was the deep sea dragon, but I think a lot of people,
Greetings.
I don't know.
Watch over this place and all
I
business
think
as if
that
they were my own flesh and blood.
Well, a pleasure to meet you, young man. What delight.
In that case, buy me a pint.
I'll buy you coffee.
Yes, coffee. That would be
I
great.
think that, hold on, I'm just kind of skimming through this video. I can't believe he only has 22,000 views on that.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. I just want to make sure to find you a nice, quiet new village where no crate will bother you again.
So, ever been to Lion's Arch?
No, but we're going there someday.
Why did he
Well, you
have
should
the
let me take
trailer
you.
there?
I've been there. I know the streets. Oh, the things I've seen. The glorious things. You should see them. There's Asura and Char making strange contraptions and shooting them off at night. There's Norn fighting in arenas. And there's Silvari talking to anybody they can find. I've even seen a Quaggan chief, or whatever they are, waddling about.
No thanks.
I don't trust lip smilers.
Lip smilers?
People who smile with just lips.
Welcome to
They're
Blackgate.
obviously hiding
May I
something.
ask what your business is here?
You might, provided I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Sorry, I'm just skimming through this real quick here.
I'm afraid I neglected to bring one along with me. So, my answer is, I'm really not at liberty to say.
I see. Well, my loss, I suppose.
Leave the caravan behind.
Nope.
It's lost. We have to get to safety.
So, well, that was not a grand scale dragon. She was a baby. I mean, she wasn't really a baby. I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe this was more like, you know how like Kunavang made herself look like a human. I think it's probably something like that, where Suwan wanted to make herself not as intimidating, so she is smaller in size than she would regularly be. Like if she were to like actually be like Kraukatoric, where she, you know, based on magic, maybe she like grows in size or whatever, because that's usually the go-to, you know, in Guild Wars, is like the more magic something has, the bigger it is, you know. But she can probably manipulate her form, right, and like look different, because like, you know, Kunavang can transform herself into a human, you know, and I'm not saying that Suwan can do that too, but I think it's like she probably has the ability to like make herself like smaller, where she looks more, you know, where she doesn't look as gigantic. I feel like if we were gonna go with like an explanation to that, I think there's plenty of you know, talking about underwater though, underwater like dragons and creatures and stuff like that. So it's definitely hinted at many times. I didn't know. I don't know if he showed it in that video, but there's even like, you know, when you fight the Leviathans in Cantha, the Largos that's there, he actually says that like there's something more underneath the waves, that something is driving these Leviathans to spread out even more, right? And so there's some kind of driving force behind the Leviathans, and you know, there's definitely a more of a mystery on what's going on like under the ocean and stuff like that. There's definitely more to it, because also the way that they worded the whole idea of Suwan leaving, it was almost like, so since they kind of retconned this a little bit, right? They always said that the underwater creatures, like the Quaggan and the Crate and all of them, came closer to land because of Suwon, because of the deep sea dragon. And then they retconned that, right? Which was one part that he showed in the middle, like almost right in the middle of the video. He talked about that, but you can actually meet with the one magister from the Priory, and she says, you know, everything we knew about that part is actually wrong because it seems like that wasn't Suwon. And actually, something after Suwon left, something else moved in or spread their forces or whatever, and that's what drove the Crate and the Quaggan to come on land or come closer to the shores or whatever, right? So there's obviously something underwater still that's there, and I'm guessing it has to do with the Leviathans. It might be the ultimate force behind the Leviathans. I would love to see like a Cthulhu-esque creature, like something that has like a maybe like a giant octopus or like an octopus man or something. You know, something that's like inspired by like Cthulhu or something. Like, I think that would be really, really cool. I would love that a lot. Guild Wars 2 debuted cinematic trailer. Let me look at that. Hold on, let me look at that. Choo choo choo. I'm gonna run away from these basilisks, because they are gonna screw me up. Hehe. From 2009. At 41 seconds. I'm gonna look at it. Dragon face underwater. Sounds cool. I mean, it definitely retconned Suwon being evil, because even in the trailer for End of Dragons, they still had Suwon as like the bad guy. Like one of the trailers, the one with what are the names, Rama and Yang or whatever, being on the rooftops. They kind of had like a different model of Suwon, and they still had her as like a bad guy. But yeah, let's look at it. Let's look at this other trailer, or let me look at it. I'm not gonna pull it up once. If you guys want to watch it, you can watch it yourself. Not pulling it up. Cinematic trailer. 41 seconds, you say? 41 seconds. That's Zaitan. That's known to be Zaitan. That dragon phase under the water is Zaitan, because that is him awakening and pulling ore from its watery depths. Because you get the reason why we know that as well for a fact is when you look at the few seconds beforehand, you can see Orient architecture on top of it. There's like arches and like it's all Orient stuff that's right on top of him, and that so it's showing Zaitan awakening. So it's like Zaitan woke up, like opens its eyes, and you can see it because the eyes are green as well. And it's looking around, and then he pulls ore from the watery depths. So that's just Zaitan.
Salutations, my rotund little friend. I'm new to your area. Could you tell me which way that tower in the lake?
Well, the thing is that was like an early concept. Many of the many of the dragons went through like different iterations. Like I said, Suwon looked, when you look at that trailer that I'm talking about for the End of Dragons, you can see how different Suwon looked. Like Suwon was almost like, she looked like a giant, like in that trailer she looks like a giant electric eel rather than the like the eastern dragon, right? Like the those types of dragons that they, you know, the Eastern style dragons or whatever, right? Like she looks more like an electric eel, because there's also like this weird like electric around her. From what I remember, it's been a long time since I watched it. But all of the dragons, I mean, if you look at any of the concept arts for Zaitan and stuff like that, Zaitan is just a regular like Western style like you know, like a regular, like European style dragon, right? Where he has one head, big wings, you know, he stands on like 4 feet. I think most times that's how they have him. You know, he's gray, you know, he's just like one color sheen or whatever. And then they changed him to look like completely different, where he's all of a sudden made up of different dragons and whatever. It's just that the iterations of what the dragons look like, I feel like changed a lot before the release of the game. And I don't think we can read too much into that. I don't think there is another underwater dragon, but I'm convinced that there is something underwater. I wouldn't say it's a dragon. I wouldn't say that, but oh my, get away. All right, the barrel was great, so that did really well. Jesus. Scary. And I don't think after like even if the I'm stuck. Even if there was like another dragon underwater, ArenaNet would just retcon it, because I think they want to move on from dragons and the whole idea of dragons and stuff like that. I don't think they're gonna do another underwater dragon that's like not Suwon and stuff, because then it almost feels like a retcon to Suwon, and I don't think they want to do that. Okay. Why have legendary water weapons if you can't fight a dragon underwater? I mean, they, you know, that's the thing. They gave up on like underwater content a long time ago. I still wish we would get an underwater expansion. I made a whole video about it. I made a very like intricate video about it that took me many weeks to make, where I presented, and this was very recent actually that I made this, where I presented a concept of an underwater expansion, because I would love to see an underwater expansion. I would love to see them go underwater and do stuff with underwater, and I understand that it's probably like it would need a lot of balancing and it would need a lot of things before they could do something.
You're kidding, right?
You know, there would have to be a lot of stuff that changes be made to it, but I still think there's precedence for that.
Until next time.
I was hoping for a lot of underwater. If you go back, if you look at all my videos from pre-End of Dragons, there was actually like, wasn't there a video that I made on like, I think it must have been one of my theory videos or something that I made. But I literally sat there and I came up with like this whole concept of like, that we're gonna go underwater. Like, I wanted End of Dragons to be like, I remember talking about like the Jade Sea, and I remember how in Guild Wars 1 they were talking about the Jade Seas turning back into the sea. So I thought that 250 years later the Jade Sea would already be a giant sea. Okay, and that like never happened. You know, but I talked about how I think that if we're gonna go to Cantha, we're gonna see the underwater dragon, right? Like that was the whole thing. This was all pre-End of Dragons, you know. And I talked about like, we're gonna see the underwater dragon. We're gonna have to fight the underwater dragon, because obviously I didn't know how that was. But I was like, the last map is gonna be mostly underwater, because if we're gonna go to the Jade Sea and we're gonna fight Suwon there, you know, the deep sea dragon, we didn't know the name or whatever, you know, like the deep sea dragon, then like we're gonna have to go underwater, and it's gonna have to have underwater content, and there's gonna be a lot of underwater content. And obviously that didn't happen, you know. They kind of changed many of those things. I think they did it in a good way. I don't think that it feels very jarring to the way that they have the deep sea dragon as in concept, but obviously I still think that there's many mysteries surrounding the deep sea that they could do, that they could like make content for and stuff. So Yeah, they've done a little bit over the years, but I don't think it's substantial enough to really justify doing an expansion. I mean, like I said, I made a whole video on it on my channel on YouTube, if you're interested in watching it. But one part of it was that I talked about like masteries that we could have, and one of the masteries I actually I said that, you know, we get to meet the Largos and stuff, and they actually teach us to fight on the ocean floor, right? Because a lot of people don't like the idea of having like another axis to deal with, because it's not just like, you know, up and down and left and right, you know, it's now like vertically, like moving around 360 like everywhere, right? Like you can move everywhere, and you know, a lot of people don't like that concept or whatever, you know. So I said that like there would be a mastery that has to do with you walking on the ocean floor, right? And like using your weapons like you're above ground or whatever, you know, like have a different set of maybe weapons or whatever, but
yes, coffee. That would be,
you know, kind of fight in the same fashion as if you were on ground, on land or whatever. All right, what do we have here? Nothing for me. Weapons, armor, and that. So I don't even. So that's that. So I'm gonna go back here and try to see if I can finish that hard. I was victim underwater hidden exploration. It's like hacker fly mode in Minecraft. It's not that hard to use. I mean, it's not that hard to use, but I think what it comes down to for many of those people is like I don't know. I don't know. I enjoy it, but I think a lot of people just hate that idea. I mean, it might not be hard to use for you, but it might be hard to use for other people. You know what I mean? Like some people might have problems with it.
What's that?
Oh, there was a noble in there. Does he get attacked? He did not. What are you guys doing over here? Are you guys just hanging out? Okay. So I don't know, but I would love to see some underwater content for sure. I'm all for it. I mean, like I said, I made a whole video about it because I do enjoy it, and I think ArenaNet has a great game where they could show off some really cool underwater stuff without really having to sacrifice the player experience in any shape or form. I feel like many games have that, right? Like many of the games have that where if they wanted to do underwater content, they would have to sacrifice the player experience in some shape or form, right? Like if you look at WoW or any other MMO, for example, many of them don't have underwater skills, and you use the same ones. So being underwater and using something like Fireball doesn't really make sense, and it takes away from the experience. It takes away from the immersion, you know, the realism. You know, not really realism, but you know, it doesn't make sense, and a lot of people go, huh, really? Like, you know, it's like, you know, or even having like many games have it, even Guild Wars 2 has it, where many abilities or many things aren't usable underwater, right? And it's just kind of like, but Guild Wars 2 doesn't have that. Guild Wars 2 has a plethora of things that you can use underwater. Oh my god, I just want to talk to Waldo without dying. Can I do that? Is that possible?
A little help.
Okay, okay. There's nothing here for me. I'm running. But yeah, there's definitely, and they have hinted at that because they have hinted that that's a possible location that we could go in one of the next expansions, because they did say there was wasn't there like a letter or something where they were talking about like there's like a group of people like trying to make contact with like the Largos or something, and there's like something happening with a conflict underwater or something like that. There was some kind of letter. So ArenaNet is leaving like that. That was something that I really liked about the releases some of the releases of Jantia Wilds is the idea that they open up all these other possibilities of places to go somewhere else. You know, it's not very like that was the thing when we were in Nios. It was very just like everything about Nios, and it felt like its own little. It felt removed, right? It felt very removed from the world of Guild Wars, right? It's its own thing. There's its own stuff going on. There's no outside influence. It's all just like Nios, right? Because you're in a different realm, and nothing is influencing anything, right? It's just like Astral Ward, Cryptus, and us in the realm in that realm, right? In the realm of dreams. And I don't know. It seems like what the hell? I don't know what's going on there in chat. But yeah, so they kind of left us many hints, and one of them, and they didn't need to do that, right? Like I feel like ArenaNet now. So if ArenaNet had, ArenaNet did do this, right? They had all these open, loose threads doing the core story of Guild Wars 2, right? And then for many, many years, ArenaNet didn't do anything with those, right? And then they kind of went like, okay, we're done with this dragon story. Now we can kind of, finish some of those loose ends, like kind of give some kind of story to some of these things, right? And the like Legavo, right? Like and those things, like the Seers and the Tower and the Wizard's Folly, like all these mysteries that have persisted in the Guild Wars universe for a long time. ArenaNet kind of started to tackle many of those things because they were like, okay, we have the Dragon story is kind of done now, but we have all these other things that we've talked about, that we've shown you guys, that we haven't done anything with, right? And there's still, even from those original things, there's still so many things that they could talk about, that they could use, that they could do something with, right? But they like decided to kind of introduce some other things and talk about some other things that we haven't seen yet, right? Like Desolana, or like I said, the Largos, or like the underwater stuff and stuff. There's a lot of things that ArenaNet talked about, and it feels like right now it feels more like of a okay, this is clearly something they're talking about. This is not just like, oh, we're just releasing the core game of Guild Wars 2 and we're just kind of giving you guys Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2, and we're kind of talking about these different subjects in the world, and maybe eventually we'll pick them up, but for now we're gonna kind of leave them open. This feels more like ArenaNet knows that their mini expansions are really small in scope, but that means that they can hit a lot of different subjects over the same period of time that they could do like one big expansion, right? Was usually like 4 years of just like that, and we deal with this like one thing or these couple of things, and you can have some mysteries in there, but the main story is about just like one thing. And I think they now know that like every year we can like tackle like a bunch of these different stories and these different like lore threads and stuff that have persisted in the world, and we can kind of like check them off, right? But then in this expansion they're kind of talking about some new things and some extra things, and it's like kind of makes me think like they're thinking about like those subjects for sure, and they want to give us like hints as to like, hey, just so you know, we haven't forgotten about these things going on, right? Like talking about the Largos in the underwater makes us think, okay, well, you guys haven't done any underwater content, but it's like they're still talking about it, so it's really cool. Underwater is really only good for 3x because no one wants to fight in the water. Here's the water breathing, so no breathing meter. It's all there, ready to go. Just fast amounts of nothing underwater. Yeah, I mean, they definitely. It would need some. It would need some overhauling. I think there would need to be a little bit of some changes done to like combat and stuff like that. I think there's still some classes that are better underwater than others. Like I think Necromancer excels amazingly underwater. Like the skills are really, really strong there. compared to some others that are really not that good. Like Elementalist doesn't really feel that good underwater. I think there needs to be some balancing done. There needs to be some more options added in. Some of the elite specializations don't work underwater. They kind of have to make them all work underwater in one way or another, I feel like. Because if you're going to make an expansion about underwater and you say, let's say you have someone like a mechanist or something underwater, but your mech doesn't work underwater, then you're kind of like forced to use something else. It's a little bit iffy, you know. So but I mean, like I said, I made a whole video on it, so you know, use Spectre underwater, use build screw. See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, it's like you have certain builds, like if I'm doing, like, you have no way to apply Torment on a Spectre underwater, so it's a completely dead in the water build. Like the condition damage on there is so focused on Torment, which I hate. I've talked about that. I really wish it would focus more on poison. I really think that Spectre should have been a poison spec, like that fully leans into doing stuff with poison. They could have done some really interesting, cool things with that, but they decided to do Torment just like everything else. Everything else is Confusion and Torment and Burning. And it's like, that's the main ones. There's some bleeding, but, you know. Things like Poison and Chill and stuff like that, I feel like they could do some really cool things with those, but there's still many areas in Guild Wars 1 that Guild Wars 2 has yet to uncover. Yeah, there's some areas still. You know, you know, Guild Wars 2 doesn't need to touch on all the areas from Guild Wars 1, but there's, you know, if you take some of these areas and you combine them with mysteries that maybe take place in those regions or something, you could like build a case to like say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I want to see that, because it's not just the region to go there, but there's also something that kind of to do there, right? Like, because it's just like going to a place is fine, but you need to figure out how to connect it to the larger narrative of having an expansion, you know? Is there anything I can do inside of that base? Or there used to be spike traps down here, like in this ravine. I still remember that being a thing, and then at some point they took those out, and I don't know, or it's like a Mandela effect or something where I like so clearly remember that, but I don't know. There's nothing here to break even.
May Balthazar strengthen you.
Nope, nothing. Nothing. We got the Eye of the North. Well, there's the Eye of the North, and then like right next to it in Guild Wars 1. My God, look at these guys. So many of them. Right next to it is that we have that little icy lizard statue, right? Where there's like that really cool concept art of it. That exists from Guild Wars 1. You know, what's going on with that? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good mystery, right? Like, what's going on outside of the Eye of the North? I guess we'll have to wait and see if ArenaNet ever wants to go and explore those areas. We'll have to see. We don't know. We know nothing about the new expansion, and the expansion is coming out later than the other ones. So does that mean it's because it's bigger and it needs more time to be developed? Or is it because they're introducing something really, really cool, like a really cool feature into the game, and that's why they need to take a longer time? Or is it just because they're putting so much development time towards Guild Wars 3 that they're now struggling to finish making an expansion for Guild Wars 2? I got to follow the dwarves through the crag into the mountains just to get to the Eye of the North. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, and Guild Wars 1. I mean, I do remember. We took a teleport. Well, that's the Deus Ex Machina that our dear friend Aureen was, right? Aureen was kind of like the answer to a lot of those questions. That's why I'm glad they took her out of the story, you know? Not that I love Aureen, right? I love Aureen. I would kill someone for Aureen, but you know, she was very detrimental to the story of. Well, why does that keep happening? I don't know what's going on there. She was very detrimental to the again, to the narrative of the game, I feel like. Alright, I'm gonna go to this little area right here, and I'm gonna end the stream because it is getting late. And, yeah. So... You have just weapons. What do you have, Barnaby? I have a horseshoe, a logging end. Went from killing dragons to killing gods and befriending dragons. But then we went back to killing dragons. So we've had a journey. It was quite a journey, you know? Quite a journey. Alright, well, I'm here with my... What am I carrying? What is that? Does that even do anything? Doesn't look very, I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, you guys. Deadly Donuts, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Everyone else that followed and watched, I appreciate you guys. So, I'm gonna try to continue this. I'm gonna try to continue this at some point. Like I said, there's more stuff on on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. If anyone is interested in watching any of these videos we were just talking about, it's the same name, Orali. It's the same icon. You can find it very easily. I'm trying to work on more things. Like I said, I am working on a Discord server, so we will have one up at some point in time. I will probably be streaming on Sunday. So Sunday, I usually don't stream on Sundays, but I'm probably going to be streaming on Sunday. I'm trying to think of, like, I might be trying to do something different. I haven't spoken to her, but we haven't done a stream with my sister in a long time. So I might sit down and talk to her about that to see if she's interested in maybe doing a stream together. We might do something. We're not going to be doing Guild Wars or anything. So I don't know if we're going to be doing, like, on my couch back here, if we're going to be doing something couch co-op wise, or if we're going to be doing something like there's another thing that I'm trying to do, a Zelda related thing, like a Zelda multiplayer that I want to do with her. So just, I don't know, you guys are gonna see. I don't know what we're gonna do. So, but I definitely want to do, I do want to go live on Sunday, and then I will be live probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've been trying to, like, keep up with the schedule. Tuesday, as always, if we are getting Guild Wars 2 news, I will be streaming Guild Wars 2. Probably not this, but something else that's not as involved. Probably just some World vs. World or something random where we can just maybe just a random stream where we can just discuss if there is a teaser or something like that, right? So we're going to be talking about that. I will be continuing my Guild Wars 1 playthrough of Eye of the North at some point as well, and we're also doing Expedition 33, which I haven't done since what, Monday, Tuesday? When did I stream that? I don't remember, but I need to get back to that. So that's kind of what we're doing. So I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for watching.